know what this game will be like tonight. More offense, better defense. We do know St. Ignatius has made the playoffs 10 times. Bulldogs have made the playoffs 10 times. St. Ignatius in the state semis 9 times, 7 state championships. McKinley's been in the state semis 6 times. They've got the 1 state championship. All I can say is the late Bob Cummings used to say, strap them on. We're in for a football game here tonight. Ed Glass, former great coach at North Canton, and a couple of, well, the 1 state title at Warren Harding and the state finals at North Canton. You saw the first game. You look for, I guess, much of the same tonight.
Well, both offenses are the same. They're going to line up in the flex eye, and they're going to throw the ball out of the shotgun, and none of that's going to change. Defensively, they're both going to be in a 4-3. It's the same thing as the first ball game. What they've done is go look at their film, figure out what they did well, and try to maximize those things that they did well the first time. They're going to look at what they did poorly, and they're going to try to shore those areas up and correct those problems. Who's going to win? I have no idea. It's going to be another great football game. It was a great one the first time, and I'm really looking forward to this one. It's going to be a barn burner all the way.
We have Dan Belford back with us on the sidelines. He's going to talk about some personnel. We just found out apparently Vollison, one of the 2 fine receivers for St. Ignatius, will not be playing tonight.
You know, and he is their go-to receiver. They control the ball offensively when they're throwing, going to him. The other young man, Lerner, is just as capable, so we're probably going to see a lot more catches to him, a lot more throws going his way tonight. I think the key for Ignatius tonight, they have to establish Joe Gonzalez in the game. He had some pretty good success with the McKinley quickness on defense, managing to turn the corner in that first game, but it all goes back to the armor Ragone, who with a good game tonight could hit 3,000 yards passing in this football season. He's a little over 2,700 yards right now. Offensively, they've got a great line. They've got a great defensive line. There's not much we can throw your way that you already don't know about Camden McKinley with Ben McDaniels and his outstanding year, and DeMarlo Rozier and Jamar Martin. We have truly some athletes that are just a notch above what we normally see in high school football. As Ed put it, it's going to be a barn burner. Sit back. If you're here live, enjoy your $6 ticket. It's going to be a great show.
That it will be. You mentioned about Gonzalez with the run. McKinley tonight wants to establish a better run, especially with Rozier. Stay with us. The kickoff coming up after these timeouts. Well, like it was in week 7, the week was filled with hoopla and hype, but eventually they kicked it off and played the game. And again, a week of hype and hoopla about the Pups and the Wildcats meeting here at the Rubber Bowl. They're talking 25,000 or so. Folks are still coming through the gates as we're getting ready to kick this thing off. And you still see some traffic that's out beyond the stadium trying to get in, and a lot of construction around here. But a lot of folks, we got here a couple of hours before, and folks were already in the stadium.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we definitely were not the first ones here.
Well, we can take a look at the officials tonight. We can tell you McKinley won the toss and deferred. They will be kicking off, and there you have Randy Stephanopoulos, the referee. Max Ness is the umpire. The linesman's Jerry Fick. The line judge is Rick Bryant, and the back judge is Brian Spangler. The Bulldogs will kick it off. They're the visiting team tonight, and we are underway. It is going to be taken at the 15-yard line by Jeff Lerner, and Lerner returns it to about the 34. So St. Ignatius will go with very good field position here. Might point out Andre Hooks is doing the kicking for McKinley tonight.
Offensively from Ignatius, we're going to see Ragone, a quarterback, Ardeer and Gonzalez as the running backs. Lerner, Milligan, and the Yendek will be the receivers. Up front, we got Reaney, Smith, Lerner, Bentley, and Kubek.
Well, Armitage hurt last week, so Hooks kicked off. We'll see what St. Ignatius does with their first possession. There's a pitch, a halfback pass thrown upfield, and it's incomplete. They tried to get the ball to Mike Kelly, who was setting the tailback.
No, right away we get a gimmick. We get a gimmick play right now.
And a flag is down at the 27-yard line.
That could be an illegal receiver downfield.
Personal foul, McKinley.
Foul, McKinley.
Boy, the Pups have picked up some big costly penalties this year. Instead of St. Ignatius looking at 2nd and 10, They're going to be marched upfield for a first down.
Defensively for McKinley,
press
we've got
box, Eric
Thompson, Lemos, Skillern, and Peterson up front. Lytle, Robinson, Martin at the linebackers. In the secondary, Gamble, Wilcox, Dawson, Rozier.
Well, that's a big 15-yarder all the way to the 49. First down, St. Ignatius. We are 11 seconds into this ball game. At the tailback is Mike Kelly. And not Gonzalez. Pitch to Kelly. Coming left side. Looks for a cutback. Got to the McKinley 49-yard line. He'll get 2. Isaiah Robinson and Jamar Martin on the tackle.
Well, they started with what was going to be a toss sweep, and then they passed off of it. Now they run the toss sweep the other direction. But they have no pulling linemen. They're just trying to block it one-on-one out here with the wide receivers.
You know, Mike Kelly, according to what the coach Kyle gave us, is the backup quarterback. He was.
Maybe they're going to do more of this.
He is rolling right, looking to throw. He's going to run all the way and goes out of bounds. Being chased over there by Kenny Peterson and Isaiah Robinson. He's out of bounds at the McKinley 42-yard line.
Well, see, that all makes sense because McKinley plays a lot of man-to-man on the corners, and when they run straight off, they don't have to block them, and this guy has a run-pass option, evidently. He's holding the ball like he might throw it. Kelly is a quarterback as well as a runner. They're giving him that run-pass option.
Third down and 1. St. Ignatius at the McKinley 42-yard line. In the eye now, Gonzalez is a tailback, and Kelly's out of there. So that's a wrinkle apparently Coach Kyle and his staff they put into the game. Their outstanding tailback now has the ball, and he got the first down. Looked like they might have slowed him up, but he lunged forward to near the 40-yard line, and that will give St. Ignatius the first down.
Well, the one thing the Bulldogs really have to guard against is the Gonzalez bouncing that play to the outside. I know they worked hard on that during the week, and he hurt him a couple of times in the first ball game by going up inside and bouncing the play outside.
Now Kelly is back in at tailback, number 9. And he's got the ball.
Again,
he's going to throw back to the quarterback. It's incomplete at the 39. Wilcox coming up very quickly for McKinley.
A lot of gadget plays here. They toss the ball to the tailback and a throw back to the quarterback. That was well covered by McKinley, though. And we get the toss to Kelly. Receiver Ragone bailing out of the top of your screen, going out to the right. And at that point, he's the intended receiver, but it's well covered.
Second down 10. And Kelly's still your tailback. And Kelly has the ball. Pressure coming. Going to throw and incomplete. Strong pressure that time. Robinson and Lytle. Kelly, I think, just threw that one away to avoid a loss.
Well, again, he had coverage, and this time the Bulldogs went down the line of scrimmage. Kenny Peterson and the outside linebacker shows up here, Jamar Martin, I think, also. And at that point, they were going to run him out of bounds, and he threw the ball upfield, even though there was coverage, and just threw it away.
Fans still coming into the rubber bowl. 10:34 in the first. St. Ignatius, third down 10, just outside the McKinley 40-yard line. They have a slot to each side, shotgun. Now they're going to have trips to the bottom of your screen. Ragone takes the ball and throws. It's incomplete at the 34-yard line. It would have been about 3 yards short of the first down, but the intended receiver for St. Ignatius, Tony Yandek, their tight end, just could not pull the ball in.
He had a good opportunity here. He throws the ball. He's left-handed anyhow, but he throws it too low.
Yeah, Ed, Coach and I talked about Ragone. We've been told it's Ragone. Chuck Kyle calls him Ragone. And on fourth down, he's going to punt the ball away. Sort of set up in the shotgun. Excellent punt. Oh, my goodness. 7-yard line. So the Pups will go to the offense, but they're going to be down around their 6. It's still rolling. And it will be marked dead at the 6-yard line. So McKinley, first down and 10, their first possession at their own 6.
You know, we've seen McKinley do that too out of the shotgun with Ben McDaniels. Line up in the shotgun and then quick kick it. Offensively for the Pups, we're going to have Ben McDaniels at quarterback, Martin Rozier at the running backs, Gamble, Curry, and Peterson at the receivers. Up front, Smith, Hall, Nist, Leisure, and Thompson. Leisure back in the lineup after being injured.
35-yard punt. We'll see what the Bulldogs do. Last game, they're starting with a run, and the little out pass with Rozier ran all the way in. It was called back. McDaniel's going to sit in the end zone and throw. It's over Curry's head. Curry tried to make a tremendous one-handed catch at the 30-yard line. Couldn't pull it in. That would have been a big play, but just a little bit out of reach.
Yeah, that's that flood cut. They run away from the tailback fake off tackle to the right. They turn and run, pick receivers across the football field, and it turns into a flood with 3 receivers running on the far side. Defensively for Ignatius, Foley and Witherspoon at the ends. Molino and Zavara at tackle. Linebackers are Masterson, Hainline, Egan's, and in the secondary, Gonzalez, Spear, Balick, and Mystic.
10:08 to go, 2nd and 10. Give to Rozier, and they're looking for DeMarlo. Hit for a yard loss. Excellent defensive play by Mike Egan's, 206-pound junior outside linebacker. It's going to be 3rd and 11 for McKinley at their 5-yard line. Look at the folks still lined up outside the gate down there.
They're still coming in. They're all in big lines outside the gates.
Well, the Pups are going to put 2 to the bottom of your picture. Gamble will be a slot inside Curry. They're going to set up in the shotgun. Fake to Rozier. McDaniels rolls, looks, throws upfield, and it is knocked down at the 35-yard line. Excellent defensive play. Gonzalez.
Yeah, he had him open, and Gonzalez just closed the gap and made a great play. Got off his feet, knocked the ball out of bounds.
That might have been catchable if he hadn't got his hand on it.
This is they faked the sweep the opposite direction and booted the quarterback out on a naked boot to the right side and tried to hit the receiver on a post corner.
Well, St. Ignatius will have field position early in this game. Humphrey standing about 3 yards from his back end zone line. Miller, the long snapper, he's done an excellent job for McKinley. And pressure now. Good snap.
Bad kick.
Bad kick. Gets a McKinley roll upfield, but it's going to be touched by Gamble, who is covering the punt at the 27-yard line. So St. Ignatius, after a 22-yard punt, will go 1st and 10 at the McKinley 27.
He tried to hit it too hard. It's just like a golf swing. When a punter punts the football, he's got to be smooth and even speeded with that foot, and he tried to jerk and hit it too hard. It went offside his foot.
The Wildcats in excellent position at the Bulldog 27. No score, 9:10 to go, 1st period.
Gonzalez back at tailback now.
And he has the ball. Rolling to the right. Some good blocking on the corner. And Gonzalez taken out of bounds, but not until he got a 1st down on the far side. Gamble tackled him. Well, they sealed that side over there.
Well, they took the split in and cracked him back to the inside. And at that point, the only guy that can contain is the safety. And they brought the split end down and cracked back. Now the corner has to get up if he can. And he's late getting there.
3rd 1st down for St. Ignatius, won by penalty. Ragone has his team set just inside the 17. Calls the 16. Back to pass, throwing for it. Oh, and overthrows. Lerner was the intended receiver. Gamble right there with him.
Well, McKinley was in man-to-man and a blitz front, and Ragone checked off to the fade cut to the split end on the left and threw the fade, but he wasn't open, and it was good defense. This is a prearranged call against the blitz. They're trying to throw the fade to the left sideline, and it's overthrown.
Gonzalez is out of there because they are going to the shotgun on 2nd and 10 from the Pump 16-yard line. Ragone has thrown for over 2,000 yards. He has had a monster season. Back to pass, steps up, throws, and it is deflected. Doss may have got a hand on that.
I think he did. The ball was thrown like a bullet, though. Wow, did he throw that ball in there?
Well, you folks, Stark County, you followed how successful Ben McDaniels has been this year, throwing for over 1,800 yards. Ragon's thrown for over 2,700 yards. I think Ben's got, what, 21 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Ragon's got 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. 2 of McDaniels' interceptions, I believe, in the St. Ignatius game in the regular season. 3rd and 10. Stay in the shotgun. No score. 8:52 first period. Pressure coming. They're on a blitz, and it is caught. Yeah, no, that's not Yandek. That's a touchdown. That is. Yes, that is Yandek. 89. They threw the blitz at St. Ignatius.
Yep, they ran a tight end on a drag pattern across the middle, and Ragon came off the deep cuts and threw to the drag pattern because of the blitz. He had to outrun the right linebacker, the left outside linebacker, and did it. Jamar Martin trying to keep up with him, but the other linebackers were gone on the blitz, up inside, going after the quarterback.
There's your chess game between your two coaching staffs. That time, Wildcats won it as the offensive people did a great job of picking that thing up. The point after is up and through. Kicked by Jesse Milligan. So we have 8:45 to go in the first period here at the Rubber Bowl. It is St. Ignatius 7 and Canton McKinley nothing. We are back after these timeouts.
Last team wins.
7-0 St. Ignatius. Chuck Kyle told me this week they don't want Ragon to throw it 42 times like they did regular season, but 30's the norm for him, can be. But he said, we just can't get behind. We got behind last time.
He wants to be the last guy with the ball and score and win, I know. He doesn't seem to really trust his running game very much. I mean, he wants to throw it.
Well, I mean, where's the St. Ignatius stuff? Passes. They've thrown 4, 5, 6. Just hit the one pass. That was a touchdown pass. But they have thrown it 6 times. So St. Ignatius to kick it off. McKinley, hopefully for them, will get better field position. It is Wilcox at the 8, 10. And boy, they cover him at about the 18-yard line. So far in the game, it's been the Wildcats. But goodness, we got over 3.5 quarters to play. We'll see what the Pup can do with their offense here from the 17-yard line.
Well, I think Ignatius was definitely running on high adrenaline at the beginning of the ball game, and sometimes that adrenaline runs out as you go into the game, and we'll see what happens here as we go along.
8:39 first quarter. The Wildcats have dented the scoreboard first and lead it 7-0. Forefront for St. Ignatius, and the pitch to Rozier. Rozier, nowhere to go. Back to the line of scrimmage. Hemmed in and taken down by the linebacker Chris Hainline, who likely will be All-State. He is excellent, 6'2", 225, and a senior.
Well, they're running the bread and butter sweep. Toss and let the fullback kick out on the corner. But right now, Ignatius is running a bear defense a lot with the linebackers a little wider than normal. They're trying to take care of that. They got a nose man and 2 tackles and 2 linebackers in the off-tackle hole.
McDaniels back to pass, throws, and it is great catch at the 30-yard line. Matt Curry and Gonzalez fighting for it. Matt Curry, their leading receiver, made one stupendous catch. Curry had about 42 receptions coming into this ball game.
Well, that was a great catch. They just ran him downfield and turned him inside on a deep curl pattern, but he doesn't really curl in. He stays outside, and the ball is up for grabs, and he makes a great catch. Good throw, too.
First down for McKinley. 7:45, clock moving. Wildcats have hit the board first, 7-0. Give to Rozier. Looking to get outside. Cuts it back, fumbles the football, and St. Ignatius has it at the 45-yard line. With the recovery is Mark Masterson. Well, the Bulldogs had 4 turnovers and sort of a messed up punt in the first Ignatius game, and Tom McDaniel says we just can't do that in this one, and there is a big one.
Well, they get the blocking on the perimeter here, and he's free right here, but he gets stuck, and I think number 81, Brian Foley, stuck his left arm around his back and knocked the ball out.
And Mark Masterson has it at the McKinley 43. 7:31 first quarter. McKinley's defense right now better step it up. Slot left. Ragone back. Look, he's gone for it all. It is incomplete, but we've got an interference call, I believe, back around the 17-yard line as Lerner was on the turf.
Well, I don't know if that's interference or not, Jim, because I don't think the ball was in the air when they knocked him down. I don't know if we can see it from this angle.
That's what they're calling.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out of the picture. Lerner's like 15 yards back upfield.
I wouldn't know unless I'd see a long shot of it, but it seemed to me that he was down before the ball was released. There's no 5-yard chuck rule in high school football.
Interference, defense, 15 yards, automatic first down.
Well, the ball goes to the 28-yard line. There is our two big 15-yarders against the Bulldogs already in this game.
And a bad punt and a turnover.
So for the first 5 minutes, it's been nightmares for the Bulldogs. They trail 7-0. Short dropper gone, throws and dropped right into the hands of Pat Boyaji, who is playing in place of the Volleson youngster. Boyaji will play and Lerner will play. Milligan will play as receivers.
Too, yeah.
So the ball stays at the 28. It will be second down and 10. Clock stops at 7:20. We're looking for 45 passes or better in this game tonight.
The way it's going, that'll be an easy number to reach.
Shotgun, second and 10. McKinley not blitzing here now. Ragone steps in and is going to try to scramble down the right sideline and is taken down, but he may have the first down.
That's one of the things they were worried about, was him running the ball. They don't think he runs as well as Blevins did last year, but he's capable of getting out of there and picking up first downs. Blevins could run for touchdowns off of these kind of plays. This is just pulling it down and running your own draw. It's not a predetermined play, but he's doing a good job here of picking up enough yardage to pick up first down.
Got 12 yards, first down for St. Ignatius. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 up there, I think. 5 or 6 first downs. They're knocking on the door again, leading 7-0. Pitch, Gonzalez cuts it back to the 10, down to the 8-yard line. He'll get 7-8 yards on that carry.
Toss sweep, and he cut it back inside. Sees the crease, cuts it back inside, gets great body lean and keeps his feet going and launches his body to get as many yards as he can.
Just inside the 9, I guess you put it on the 8. Second down. Bulldog defense needs to keep him out of the end zone. It's 7-0 St. Ignatius. High formation. Ardier's going to set about a yard left. They give it to Gonzalez to the 5, to the 4. It will be first down and goal. Isaiah Robinson hit him, and Doss got a hold of him.
And the ISO in there, weak side ISO.
It's a quiet rubber ball. St. Ignatius is doing well. Their fans sort of sitting on their, you know what. Of course, McKinley fans across the way, not much to cheer about.
Much to cheer about yet.
So if they move, put 25 or whatever in here tonight, fans are still coming in. It's quiet right now. 7-0. St. Ignatius leading and knocking on the door. First down and goal at the 4. Gonzalez hit and stopped by Doss at the 6-yard line.
Well, McKinley got in like a 6-2 that time and fired both linebackers right into the backfield. And at that point, they hit it in the back, hit the ISO right in the backfield.
Memories of the great goal line stand in that game at the Fossa Stadium.
Yeah, this is like a 6-2 look. And both linebackers went right now up in those guard tackle gaps.
Doss, the strong safety, up in there tight. 5:20 clock moving. 7-0 St. Ignatius. But they're at the 6-yard line, second and goal. Look at that unbalanced left side. 4 to the left of the center.
It's a wishbone. That's what they did last time down in the Fossa Stadium.
And they're going to give it to Lerner. And Lerner tripped down at the 5-yard line. They ran to that side where the strength was. And one of the smaller guys on the field, little Freddie Wilcox, tough kid, 157, 5'8", up to make the stop.
And they were when they were at Fawcett in the first game, this was their goal line offense, unbalanced left and wishbone. And that's how the Bulldogs stuffed them on the big goal line stand.
Well, it's 3rd down and 5.
I look for him to throw it here.
Yep, 3rd and goal. And they're going to go the other way. Gonzalez, can he get the corner? Nope, Doss is there, and he broke that tackle. Got near the goal line, but did not get in.
Number 1.
It's got to be, about the half-yard line. We'll call it the 1-yard line.
They went weak side here. They went to the 2-man side, led 2 backs, tossed it to Gonzalez, who has great speed. He went around the short side and broke the tackle.
26 yards for Gonzalez. Now do you go for the touchdown or the field goal?
Well, obviously, they're going to try to go for the touchdown. That angle on that sideline is bad. They try to kick a field goal. Plus, if they don't get in, they've got them pinned up at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, they're strong to the right side. 4th down and goal. We got penalties. It's going to stop the action.
Dead ball. False start. Offense.
5 big yards.
Coach,
back to the 6.
Coach Kyle's going to call timeout now. Now you may see a field goal.
3:40 to go. You know, one thing different from the other game, when they got stopped on a great goal line defense, they were behind. They had to go for it.
Yes.
Now up, they can go 10-0.
They could go up 10-0 and pad their lead as opposed to the situation they were in before.
We'll give you a look at our phrase that pays we're using this weekend. There it is, brought to you by Remlinger Oldsmobile, Cadillac, Dodge. Be listening Monday morning, 8:15. Win a lube and oil change from Remlinger, a $25 gift certificate. Doug will be asking Pam for a couple of numbers. We'll take a couple of callers. Give us that phrase that pays. Let's go to the sidelines and Dan Melford.
Thanks, guys. Beautiful night down here. What a game we are seeing thus far. Keep your eye on the matchup between Ken Peterson and at times Les Thompson with LaCharles Bentley, the fine offensive tackle for St. Ignatius. It is an absolute war down here in the trenches. Bulldogs are trying to tighten it up. Let's see if they can hold them off the board on this drive. Back to you.
Well, Milligan's going to try a 23-yard field goal. Angle right to left.
I don't think a fake would be out of the question here either, but I really think probably 90% odds are they're going to kick it.
Well, Tom Arth, the holder, is a quarterback. Snap, spot, kick. It is blocked. It is picked up by Arth. Was that Dawson got through? Oh, what a big defensive play.
Great defensive play, and the field position is back up above the 20, and tremendous Bulldog defense that time.
Put that one in the can as a possible big play. That is Doss.
Michael Doss coming right up the pipe. See, that's one of the things you worry about with field goals is that they do block it, and they could have picked that up and run it for a score if they'd have picked it up as a bouncer.
But if I'm on the sideline and I have no intelligence, so I'm up here, I'd probably want the field goal.
Yeah.
Get up 10-0.
Yeah. It was the right call to make. It just backfired on him.
3:33 in the first. St. Ignatius 7-0. Let's see if the Pups can get some field position. Well, we got the umpire throwing the flag.
Whistle tutors are really tooting whistles, aren't they? I mean, they've been refereeing the heck out of this game.
Dead ball. False start. Offense. 5 yards. Still first down.
Well, the Pups continue to take that pistol pointed at their foot and pull the trigger.
Self-destruct.
The line of scrimmage was at the 17, so it goes back now to the 12. 7-0, St. Ignatius. 3:33 to go in the first quarter. Image Crew tonight was at the Mount Union game this afternoon. Mount winning a thriller over Allegheny, 34-30.
Well, they only beat them last year, 31-26, wasn't it? Wasn't that the score? I mean, that's a real good matchup.
First down and 15. McDaniels, Rozier, DeMarlo. Well, I tell you, they have been making it tough on him. He got about a yard to the 13.
St. Ignatius has played the Bear defense, or what some people call a double eagle. The Chicago Bear defense is the one that Buddy Ryan made famous.
4-6.
4-6 or whatever 5-6, whatever you want to call it. But they've played it almost every snap. It gets their linebackers wider. They have an extra defensive lineman in there, and they're able to stove up the running game pretty well.
McKinley has not been across the 30-yard line. That wasn't a great pitch catch from McDaniels to Curry. And then the next play, the big fumble. Right now the Pups at the 13. Second down. They got that trip set to the left, which is the top of your screen. Trailing 7-0. McDaniels, here comes strong pressure, dumps it over the middle. It is caught by Gamble, but right there is Masterson, the linebacker, who was chasing Gamble right across the field.
Well, Ignatius is getting an awful lot of pressure on the quarterback with the down linemen on the rush. They're not bringing any linebackers. They're bringing those 3 inside guys right up the football field, those down people, and just letting them rip right into the backfield. It's causing a lot of havoc with McKinley's offense.
They're looking at third down at about 12. 2:20 to go in the first. So far, all St. Ignatius, although the Pups had a great block of that field goal. McDaniel, short drop, throws it out left side, caught by Gamble, but Gonzalez is right there at about the 22-yard line. The Pups are going to have to kick it again. St. Ignatius so far tonight defensing the Bulldogs very well.
Well, the last 2 snaps, they've been in like a 5-3 look, which, you know, Coach McDaniel said he didn't like getting ready for Hoover's 5-3, and maybe Coach Kyle heard that.
Well, McKinley's been 3 and out twice, and the other time they got a couple of snaps in the fumble. They need a good punt. Ooh, that was a scary snap. And Humphrey's boot will be fielded at the 50-yard line by Lerner. Lerner looking for some running room, and this is the 41. So St. Ignatius continues to play this game in McKinley territory. St. Ignatius started from their 34, got it into McKinley territory, their first possession. Then started at the McKinley 27, got the touchdown. Then started at the McKinley 43, drove to the 1, got a field goal blocked. And now they're starting at the McKinley 41. 1:23 in the first. 7-0 Wildcats. Slot right. Ragone fires in a hurry. Left side. Reception by Pat Boyaji.
Just a quick hitch cut. Raise up and pop him.
Close to 6 yards.
You know, I was thinking too, Jim. I'll bet you Ignatius got the Hoover game as part of the film exchange and saw the 5-3 defense.
58 seconds in the quarter. Out of the eye. Give to Gonzalez. Little hole left side of the 31, and he may have the first down. Kenny Peterson 81. That's Les Thompson 72. They just pulled up. They're looking at it, and they're going to call time and bring the chains on. Clock will stop with 48 seconds to go in the first. McKinley's got like 9 snaps. St. Ignatius has 22.
Wow. You know, at this point as a coach, I just as lief they make this first down. I wouldn't want them having the 3rd and inches with in 4-down territory. You don't know what you're going to face. Yeah, they got the first.
Yep. First down at the 31. 4, 5, 6. We got 7 first downs. 7 first downs. And McKinley's got 1 so far. No doubt about it, the Wildcats have had it their way here in the first quarter.
Dominated play in the first quarter. There's no doubt about that.
They lead at 7-0. Bulldog defense trying to dig in and keep them out of there. They had a great big play on the punt or the field goal block to keep it at 7-0. They may be changing things. McKinley steps their linebackers up in there. They're going to try to sweep outside to Gonzalez, and Peterson caught him and pulled him down about the 28.
Great pursuit by Peterson. He hit that crease, and I thought he was up in there. And all of a sudden, Peterson came out of nowhere and landed on him. It's a toss sweep, and they get the kick out right here, and right there's the crease. And all of a sudden, Kenny Peterson comes off the block from the inside and makes the tackle.
Can he be with the Buckeyes next year? They lost today to Michigan. That's the end of the first quarter here at the Rubber Bowl. And believe it or not, fans are still coming in. After 1, it is St. Ignatius 7, Canton McKinley nothing. We are back after these timeouts. They're on the downtown Ford scoreboard. St. Ignatius 7, McKinley nothing. Let me see some stats here from Vic. They have 34. They have 46 yards on the ground, St. Ignatius, and about 23 in the air. McKinley, on the other hand, on the ground, they have got 11, and in the air, they have got 22. So that's your first quarter stats.
Well, McKinley defense has had their back to the wall the whole doggone ball game so far.
What'd you tell me, Mike? Talk to me again. Yeah, we can do that. Camelot Music be bringing you the big play of the game at the end of the contest. Camelot Music. Nobody knows music better. We appreciate Camelot and their sponsorship. Again, we tell you, folks, Christmas is here. Go on in and get some great music. Out of the eyes. Second down. They go the other way. They give to Gonzalez. Can he get outside? He does. But he's finally pushed out of bounds by Rozier. He got outside Wilcox, carried it to the 20-yard line.
That's what he hurt him with, I thought, in the first ball game so badly, is that he would start off tackle and then veer to the outside, and he has such good speed, he outruns people.
That's another first down for St. Ignatius. That surprised me, too, because the Pups aren't slow, and I thought they had the angle. And he beat that angle and got the corner.
He did that in the first ball game, too.
He had over 100 yards rushing in that game with Fawcett. He's a good one. He and Ardeer are the running backs. We're going in the shotgun. He'll give it to Gonzalez, and Gonzalez ran right into Les Thompson, spun off of him, and got back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, we get a blitz look there from some kind of an inside stunt from McKinley, and they just jumped right up in the middle of that handoff to Gonzalez. Stuffed it in the backfield.
11:30 to go in the first half. 7-0 St. Ignatius. McKinley's not been across their 30-yard line, and the defense has been on the field a lot in this first half so far. Shotgun again, 2nd and 10. Just a 4-man rush. A lot of time. Steps up, throws. Did Doss get it? Incomplete. I'm telling you, Mike Doss has made some big plays, almost picked off a remarkable interception there.
Well, what Ignatius was hoping is they'd caught McKinley in man-to-man. They ran the outside guy in on a curl, and they ran the inside guy out and up. And instead, McKinley was in zone, and Doss steps up in front of the curl pattern and almost makes the interception.
He's already blocked that field goal tonight. Well, here it's 3rd and 10 now. McKinley's defense digging in on the carpet the best they can. They thrown a blitz, big blitz one time, got burned for a touchdown. Here they come again. Ragone dumps it off, and it is caught in a great defensive play made by Jamar Martin. Yandek caught it at the 21 and was slammed.
A little screen pass there, and trying to get the tight end back underneath everybody. And Jamar Martin reacts to the play and makes the hit. His responsibility. You can see the quarterback backpedaling, getting the ball to the tight end, coming back across.
That lost almost 2 yards. So the completion to Yandek, which is his 2nd reception, but he's 2 catches for 15 yards now. Is that St. Ignatius call time?
I don't think so.
Or if the Wildcats maybe. Well, Milligan's out there. They're going to try a field goal. So they'll be trying a 39-yard field goal. At the end of the contest, we also will be giving you the CCI and Ameritech Centrex players of the game. One from St. Ignatius, one from the Bulldogs. A lot of young men on a game like this will have some great performances, but we'll pick one, and CCI and Ameritech Centrex will honor them with a plaque, a letter of recognition, $100 to the school. So we'll do that in the closing minutes right after the game. 39-yard field goal by Milligan, and he's got the foot to do this.
Well, the Dogs blocked the last one.
It's 7-0 St. Ignatius. There's a high snap. It is down. The kick is up, and he didn't hit this one very good.
And Doss again had great pressure. I'm sure he saw him leave his feet and dive at the football, and that's why the kick went bad.
The Bulldog defense again answers the challenge. They keep the score at 7-0.
McKinley's got to get some offense going. They have not been able to move the football.
They haven't been across the 30-yard line. This is their 4th possession.
Well, they've got to figure out that 5-3, and that double eagle, well, they're in a 5-3 now.
Offset eye. Bradley is the tailback in there, and he got the football, and they got a hold of him. A yard at the best at the 21. Wildcat tacklers all around Bradley. So he'll get a yard. 10:30 clock running here in the first half. I think about everybody that's coming to the game is in. 3 or 4 stragglers still walking up to the game. Pups have had no running success. They one pass completion for their only first down. Likely to go to the air here. McDaniels, deep drop, setting the screen up. It is out to Bradley, but 40. Bradley ran away from one. He got to the 25-yard line. It looked like Mike Akins, the linebacker, was there defensing that very well. But Bradley, with a great move, got up to the 25.
Well, again, they're trying now to throw the football against this 5-3 because it does have its weaknesses against the pass, and one of them is that the screen into the flat sometimes is open, and at this point, Bradley pops in there for about 5-6 yards. What's that? 2nd and 8, 9?
Must be the penalty flag.
Yeah, there's a penalty. That's why they didn't move the sticks.
Roughing the passer.
Roughing the quarterback. All right. I understand that.
Roughing the passer. Defense. 15 yards, the end of the run. First down.
Well, that's really the first break of any kind McKinley's had, right?
That is it. That's their second first down. They'll take it. I did not see the end of that player. I was watching Bradley over there. But
I was doing a replay.
McKinley looking for something to jumpstart him. Maybe that's it. They're at the 40. First down 10. They trail 7-0. 9:58 first half.
Well, definitely they're sitting in a 5-3 defense. They'll come in and play that bear every now and then. But
oh, we got movement. The left end for McKinley. Warren Miller just cost him 5 here. Ball will go back to the 35. They have 7 on the line of scrimmage.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
4 penalties for the Pups for 40 yards here in the first, really 14 minutes.
They had 7 on the line of scrimmage because they walked the 2 outside linebackers up on the line. They've got 5 linemen every time. They're covering the center. They get nose man, 2 tackles, 2 defensive ends. And the outside backers now are dropping out of there.
And they give it to Bradley, and he got another flag down, and Bradley goes down at the 34. They are defensing the run extremely well.
Yeah, they're playing an 8-man front with a 5-3, and they're stunting and moving around a lot. And at that point, it's giving the McKinley offensive line a lot of problems.
Illegal motion on McKinley. Another penalty. They may take the play here because the play lost 1 yard. I got a feeling they got to decline this.
Illegal motion. Offense. Decline.
So there'll be a loss of 1 by Bradley. And it will be second down at about 16. We talk about the big difference. And again, in fact, Kyle said this. He said, we can't let them run the football like they did in that first game. And what, Rozier had over 200 yards? I got it here somewhere.
Well, that's what they've done.
And now what? Mercy. 9:08 to go. First half, 7-0. St. Ignatius. Here's from the first game.
And what they've done is put an extra lineman in there, and they're going to make them throw the football in order to try to move the ball.
Rozier ran. I take that back. I'm thinking of another game. Rozier only has 74 yards in the first game. They defense to run very well. So McKinley's passing game that hurt him. McDaniels for Curry. Gonzalez knocks it away. Gonzalez with the excellent defensive play.
Well, that's the first time we've seen McKinley run that cluster. They run that trips look where they all are clustered together, and there's a cluster trips to the bottom of the screen. And I think this is what they've got to do. And I also think the cross pattern over the middle was wide open. I mean, I know that
they don't throw a lot to their tight end, but I mean, with a slot or a flanker was open.
Yes, the guy going across the middle was open. The press box ought to pick that up. And the fade cut was the ball thrown, but that's what was called also.
Yeah, regular season, Ben McDaniels had an awesome game, 262 yards, but they did defense the run very well. Rozier had 74, and they're stopping the run tonight. McDaniels, pressure coming, and down he goes. They only sent 4 guys. but McKinley's offense couldn't keep him out of there. The sack all the way back to the 29-yard line. So when McKinley had a chance to get field position with a penalty to the 40, they're gone the other way.
Well, they ran the fullback out of here as a flare. And when they did that, they lose a blocker. And at that point, they get pressure off the weak side.
Brian Massenden made the stop. So the Pups again just can't get out of their own hole. Got up to the 40 with the low snap. Humphrey's got it, and it's blocked. Boy, they're making the mistakes in this game. They don't want to do that. It is blocked and goes out of the end zone. It'll be a safety. Again, the snap was low, bounced right in front of Humphreys, and he couldn't handle the short hop. And you saw the rest. It'll be 9-0 now. That comes with 8:11 to go in the first half.
Well, now the ball will come out to the 20, and McKinley has one down to get rid of it. They'll punt it or kick off from their own 20.
Well, penalties, block, punt, plus just an outstanding effort so far by St. Ignatius.
Well, the score is still only 9-0.
That's true.
It maybe should be 29-0. The defense has held up under all these onslaughts. But I think it's a matter of time. If they don't get the offense going, that's going to catch up to them.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 snaps for the Bulldogs.
Here's the block punt on the replay. You can see the snap is low and to the right. It goes off his fingertips. He tries to reach over and get it and punt the ball, and they block it. 91.
Yeah, that is Larry Witherspoon. I thought that ball hopped up to him. That was just a low.
Yeah.
He couldn't pick it up off the turf.
Well, it was about a yard to his right. I think McKinley will kick off the tee on this deal because they can kick it farther that way than they can punt it.
Now there's Hooks, Andre Hooks, who was doing the booting because of the injury last week to Phil Armitage. And Andre is just a sophomore, but they need you to hit one about 80 yards if you can do it here. 8:11 to go in the half, 9-0 St. Ignatius. And a low line drive bouncing kick. That'll be effective. It is finally picked up at the 25-yard line by Lerner. And Lerner looking for a lane, and Lucius has got him, and back at the 28-yard line. So the Bulldogs execute that very well.
They're finally going to play football in Ignatius' end of the field anyway.
St. Ignatius from their 28. Yeah, they've started from their 34. McKinley's 27. McKinley's 43. McKinley's 41. Now from their 28. This is their worst start. So the McKinley defense right now, if they can keep them back there, can give maybe the Bulldog offense. McKinley's been to their 40, that's all. And that was thanks to a 15-yard roughing the passer penalty. And then the Pups went backwards 11 yards. And Ragon's going to put it up. Out it goes to Lerner. He's dangerous. And Lerner to the 42. First down.
Well, they ran a hitch cut out to the wide side of the field, and they gave him room out there because that's a long throw. But Ragon has the arm for it. He steps back and rifles the ball to the wideout. Now they try to close in on him, Doss and Stuart Lytle.
So pick up 14 yards. First down for St. Ignatius. 7:49 in the half. They lead 9-0. Ragon look right. Nothing there. Starts to run. They got him from behind. So that time the Bulldogs did the job defensively. That's Jamar Martin who got him from the backside.
Got him from the outside linebacker position. Trying to get some heat with the blitz from the outside linebacker. He wades right through a block, Jamar does, and makes the hit. Gets help from Aaron Lemo.
Back to about the 36-yard line. So now, second down. 15-16 to go. Shotgun for the Bulldogs. They have 6 on the line of scrimmage. They're only rushing 3. And Peterson's chasing Ragon. Ragone will throw upfield and incomplete.
Incomplete.
Excellent try there by Boyaji at the 50-yard line.
That's a really dangerous throw. Throwing the ball late back into the middle is usually an interception.
Ken Peterson really putting the pressure on Ragone. So now we got third down at about 16.
McKinley is playing a lot of odd front with a 3-man line and 2 linebackers, like a 50 look against this shotgun and wide open type stuff that they're seeing right now. Now I think they're back in a little more of a 4-3 look here.
Well, big play defensively for McKinley. They want to force St. Ignatius to punt the football. There's the snap out of the shotgun. A lot of time and throwing it deep way over the head of Lerner. Good coverage downfield by Gamble. He was stride for stride for Lerner.
McKinley brought 4 that time. They stunted the middle linebacker and the middle guard on a stunt in the middle. It wasn't that effective, but I like the fact that they're not getting in a 5-6 or 6-5 ratio. They're either rushing 3 or 4 and dropping 7 or 8, or they're bringing 7. Or, they're trying to keep the ratios proper.
First punt for St. Ignatius in the ball game. Milligan does the kicking, and it's away.
They rushed it, tried to get a piece of it.
Wilcox at the 27, and good coverage by St. Ignatius. So the Bulldogs will go 1st and 10 from about their 30-yard line. But the McKinley defense doing about all they can do to try to get this game turned around.
Very seriously, they've played very well.
37-yard punt. McKinley's had possessions of 3 plays, 3 plays, 3 plays, and 6 plays. Now they go from their 30, trailing 9-0 with 6:31 to go. Bulldog band will be on first at halftime. They are the visiting team tonight, McKinley. They run out of the I.
5-3 look again.
And Doss getting his shot at tailback, and they stuff him. Well, they haven't blown the whistle. Doss going to end up losing about 5.
Well, he almost broke that out around the corner. He got by one more guy. He was going to go for a touchdown.
Loss of 4 back to the 26.
Again, they're trying to run the ball into that 8-man front, and they're just ganging up on him in there. Doss is bouncing off of people. He gets away right here, starts out around the corner, and the number 11 there makes the tackle. Gonzalez, you might know, huh? Comes up and stops him.
2nd down 14 for the Pups. Well, they don't have too much positive yardage in this first half. That's Curry in motion. McDaniels to Doss. What if Rozier's hurt, or they're just using their normal rotation? Rozier, Bradley, and Doss.
Yeah, they did that early in the last 2 ball games. They got their rotation in there, and then you see Rozier the whole second half.
That first game, Rozier carried the ball 16 times. Bradley only 3, and Doss only 2. They carry for about 2 yards to the 28. The first possession, McKinley was -1 yard. Second, +13. Third possession, they were +5. Fourth possession, they ended up +9. And right now, they're -2. They don't have much more than about 20 yards offense this first half. Trips right. Then McDaniels trying to make something happen. Pressure, and he threw it away because big number 81 planted him. Brian Foley, 6'4", 220.
Well, he's an end in a 5-3 look. He's outside, and he's coming hard, and they can't handle him. There's no backs in the backfield to block there. At that point, where we've got the receiver, I think, in the middle of the field was open, and then Ben just threw it away.
Well, Humphreys needs a boomer. Oh, that's Ben McDaniels. I wonder if Humphreys got hurt.
I think he got hurt.
He might have got hurt. Ben McDaniels is back to do the punting.
When they blocked the punt, he limped off the field.
And the kick's away. And it's not going to get a Bulldog roll. So it's going to be down at the 47-yard line. Grabbing the football, Steve Smith. We'll come back. 9-0 the Wildcats, and we're back after these timeouts.
Well, he and Zarko are headed around now.
First down. Pitch to Gonzalez, cuts in behind a block, and Gonzalez can run. He's down to the 31-yard line.
That's what he did before. He got outside and then made the cut back against the grain, and this time the seam was bigger, and he popped on up through there.
4:43 to go here in the first half. St. Ignatius really playing well. They lead it 9-0. They've controlled it unbelievably. And they're down at the McKinley 32-yard line. First down and 10. I don't think the Pups have 20 yards of offense in this first half. They got like about 8 on the ground. 20, well, yeah, they do about 30 yards. This is Gonzalez again. Can he get outside? And he got to the 24-yard line.
And that's what he does. He heads for the off-tackle hole and then veers around and goes to the outside. And he's so quick that the pursuit angles all break down.
He gains 16. Now he gains 8.
This play is designed to go outside. When they pull their left guard and lead him around in there, they want this play to go outside. They expect everybody to step inside and stuff it, and they expect him to bounce it out.
3:52 clock running. Bulldogs don't want to let St. Ignatius put another one on the board. They lead 9-0. Touchdown, extra point, and a safety. Give to Gonzalez and runs into Robinson, but he's got the first down as he's near the 20-yard line. It'll be a first down. I believe, yeah, it's a 21 first down.
This is a man-on-man blocking and just jam the tailback in the off-tackle hole.
Gonzalez, 9 carries, 66 yards, 11 first downs for St. Ignatius in this ballgame. They're at the Bulldog 21. McKinley's defense, they probably feel like they've been out there the entire first half. Pitch, Gonzalez. He is to about the 17-yard line.
He lined up in the double slot run and shoot look and turned and ran the sweep into the slot to the field.
Well, I guess they're going to put it at the 18-yard line. So it'll be a gain of 3 and be 2nd and 7. The clock at 2:58. Everything right now continues to be in St. Ignatius' favor because the clock is running down. They want to use all the clock they can and try to march it in for a 16-0 lead. We're going to put it up right side. Lerner at the 10 and down by Gamble at the 9. That will be first down and goal for the Wildcats.
They wound up in split backs that time and just stepped back, and they had a flanker to the right and the tight end was split to the right and just threw the hitch cut.
18 snaps for McKinley, 36 now for St. Ignatius in this first half. 2:32, 9-0 Wildcats. And they're at the 9-yard line. First down and goal. The give to Ardeer, the fullback. Touchdown. First carry tonight for the big guy, and he slams in from 9 yards out.
Well, they just gave it to the fullback right up the pipe. They've been going outside, throwing the ball outside. They had not run the ball up over the center one time. They pulled the right guard trap and gave it to the fullback, running up into the trap blocking, and he scored.
Wow, 58 yards in 6 plays. That was impressive. They went 18 yards, one snap 18, one snap 8, then 3, then 3, then 9, then 9. Boom, end zone. Milligan to try to make it 16-0. Good snap, down, boot up, and right through the uprights. So we got a big crowd at the Rubber Bowl, and they have seen domination by Cleveland St. Ignatius. The Wildcats 16, McKinley nothing. And yet you can say the Bulldog defense hasn't played too bad.
No, they've played well. They've been on the field the whole half. McKinley's not been able to generate any offense. That's one of the things they've got to do at halftime is try to figure out how they can generate some offense. And I think the only way they're going to be able to do it, there's the TD play again, is to throw the football, Jim. I think they've got to put the ball in the air. They can't continue to run the ball at that 8-man front.
Well, McKinley in the air. See, Ben's thrown 7, hit 4, hit 3. 3 passes out of 7 attempts for 22 yards. And on the ground, this is where it's sort of going like, wow. McKinley is 3. They got 8 yards. No, 8. Take away 5. They got 3 yards. 3 yards rushing.
Yeah, they're running into the teeth of the defense all the time with that 8-man front, and it's just killing them.
2:18 to go. Well, Pups, they got time. Let's see if they can put something on here. They only trail 16-0. This is Wilcox to goal line, looking for an alley to get loose. 20, out to about the 24-yard line. They have 2:10 to go. They have all 3 timeouts.
Wilcox with the ball, and he almost gets around everybody here. He veers to the outside, and he's got a lot of yellow pants and blue jerseys to his inside, and they kept contained.
That's Lerner on defense.
And Lerner made the hit.
Ball is at 24. McKinley started from their 34. No, check that. They started, well, I'll tell you in a second here. They have not had field position. They haven't been across their 40. And they wouldn't have been that far without a big penalty. McDaniels, good protection, throws it deep, and it is caught. Rozier at the 48-yard line.
Well, because of the time on the clock and so forth, we see a 4-man front now from Ignatius and a nickel defense. They put a nickel back, extra defensive back in the game, but it didn't help him much because McDaniels hits Rozier going down the sideline.
He had the time, and the ball's right there. Big first down. McKinley will put it at the 49. They still have 3 timeouts. 2:04 to go. And they're down 16 points. Out of the eye. That is Miller. And they're going to give it to Rozier. And they just can't run against this defense so far tonight. Boy, 77 got some great penetration. Phil Smith, 240-pounder. He didn't make the tackle, but he got his nose in there.
They got back in that 5-3, and this is the tailback counter. They pulled the left guard and left tackle, and there's just too many bodies up there to run into.
Loss of 1 from the 49 back to the 48. 1:34. Now the Pups are going to fight the clock here, trailing 16-0. They're going to go back upstairs. McDaniels maybe changing some things. They have trips to the bottom of your screen. Then short drop throws. It is caught. Gamble trying to get as much yardage as he can. He got to the 41. They drag him out of bounds. That will stop the clock. But they are in St. Ignatius territory for the first time tonight. That'll be a first down. And the Pups call time.
So Gamble making the catch and trying to get up the sideline. And I think McKinley had to call time because the official on the sideline wound the clock. He didn't give him the ball out of bounds. One reason the clock stopped was because they picked up the first down and they moved the chains. That's why Bulldogs had to call time.
Give you our second look tonight at our phrase that pays. There it is, brought to you by Remlinger Oldsmobile Cadillac Dodge. Monday morning, 8:15. Be listening. We'll have 2 winners. Give us that phrase that pays. Be the correct caller. Win a lube and oil change or $25 certificate from Remlinger Oldsmobile Cadillac Dodge. 2 timeouts left for the Pups. 1:15 and a half. They trail 16-0. Boy, if they could put one in here.
Well, they need to, but they may run out of time. 1:15. I think they'd have to strike a long one in order to do it.
They haven't had more than 6 snaps in one series all night. Now here's 3 snaps, but 2 of them big pass plays.
Well, they've got to throw the ball. They cannot, as long as they stay in a 5-3 look, you're not going to be able to run up there because too many bodies.
This is their 6th possession of the ball game, and the first time in St. Ignatius territory. They've only got about 7 yards running the football, though. All right, we'll see what they can generate. They have trips right to the top of your screen. McDaniels play action. Setting the screen up. Out to Rozier. DeMarlo, 35, and an excellent open field tackle by Hainline. This kid, we say,
great speed by an inside linebacker. I'll tell you that much. He chased him down in the open field. I couldn't quite believe that one. That was a nice call. A screen pass to the field. A lot of room to run. It's the kind of thing they need to do against this defense.
They take a time. They got 1 left. Yeah, Hainline, we sit here. He's big time. He's 6'2", 225, as you said. He can motor.
Well, the speed is what's impressive.
Pickup is to the 35, 6 more yards. So whereby McKinley has maybe 7 or 8 yards rushing. Now in the air, they're starting to add some. What's this, 30? So he's got 30, 60, 73 yards. Oh, okay, 63 yards, Vic tells me, in the air for Ben. Huh. It's not that cold tonight, but I don't think I'd be here without a shirt.
Good luck, fella. In life.
Those type of youngsters you had to teach.
Yeah.
1:02 left. Pups with one timeout. They're at the 35-yard line. So they're within striking distance. Curry and Gamble, they've made some great catches deep this year. We'll see what goes. 2nd down and 4. So you're thinking about 1st down. You're thinking about your timeouts. A lot going through the coaches' minds right now. Shotgun for McKinley. 4 rush for St. Ignatius. Here comes 5. Well, he dropped back. McDaniel sideline. It is. He was out of bounds. Almost picked off in a great attempt by Mark Mystic.
Well, he's the free safety. They've done nothing in the secondary but play 3 deep zone the whole ball game. And he saw the thing going down the sideline and flew to the football and almost picks it off. It was a good effort on McKinley's part. Fake the run and then throw off the shotgun to Rozier going down the sideline.
Ben McDaniel's only had 4 interceptions all year and a bunch of touchdowns, like 21 or so. But 2 of the 4 interceptions were in that St. Ignatius game in the regular season.
And now they've changed their secondary. They're in a no, they aren't either. They're the same. 3 deep zone.
3rd down. Left side. It is dropped. Rick Fox would have had the 1st down. He couldn't pull it in. They played a lot of man, did they not, at Fawcett? We're seeing more zone tonight. Or am I right?
Yeah, well, they've changed the whole thing. They're not playing a 4-3 defense. They're playing a 5-3, and they're mixing up who's man underneath with the ends and outside linebackers. We're getting a lot of underneath man-to-man coverage. The guy that isn't in man-to-man is blitzing, either the outside backer or the end, and they change it up all the time.
Well, 51 seconds, 1 timeout, but it's 4th down. Pups have to get 4 yards or the clock doesn't matter. Play action. Has the time. Looks. Throws. Got Curry. 10, 5. He got the pylon. Should be a touchdown. Yes. It is. There's the big one.
That's the cut that's been open. I wanted him to throw it. It's that crossing pattern against that 3 deep zone coverage. And if they can drive a guy off and bring that deep crossing pattern in there, there's nobody there. Nice call. That's the cut I've been wanting to run. You can see it. It's wide open. Breaks free here because they're playing man underneath on the outside.
The ball gets inside the pylon. That's what counts.
Gamble drove off the secondary, and that deep crossing pattern underneath of him put the receiver wide open.
I think St. Ignatius calls timeout here because McKinley, is going to go for 2.
A good play action fake to hold the underneath coverage, the linebackers. And here he is, wide open. And he scampers for the end zone.
So the Bulldogs, after struggling with their backs against the wall, believe me, if you just joined us, it could be worse than it is at 16-0.
Well, they've got to throw it. They're going to have to throw it in the second half. They've got to throw the football. They can't continue to run against that 8-man front. I mean, some teams you can run against an 8-man front because they're not as good as you. But Ignatius is every bit as good up front as anybody you're going to play. And they can't jam the ball in there against all those numbers.
It is 16-6 now. The Pups will go for 2 because 2 touchdowns and conversions on the 2 points. You're tied with 2 scores.
They got to go for 2.
Big score just before halftime. Here come the Pups. Be curious to see if they line up like they do a lot with the 2 tight ends and full house in the backfield. 42 seconds left to go in the first half. McKinley just went 76 yards in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plays.
Shotgun. No, he's changing it. Going to the line. Man-to-man on the corners is why.
Big 2-point conversion. He'll throw it up for Gamble, and Lerner right there with Gamble knocks it down. However, McKinley finally gets some momentum gone and a big boost for that offense.
checked out of it because Ignatius was in man-to-man with the corners on the wideouts, and they went to the fade pattern, which is the cut that's to be called against that coverage. And he made the correct call. It just they didn't get it done.
So McKinley will be kicking off with 42 seconds. 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be the 7th possession for St. Ignatius in the first half. That's the first time the Pups had been past the 40. First time they've been in St. Ignatius territory. They thought, well, we come this far, let's just go the rest of the way.
Well, I think it's really important that they scored. I don't care if score 16-6 or what it is. They had to get some points, and they had to move the football. And that's got to be a big feather in their hat, a big boost to them as they go in at halftime.
Well, you've been in the locker room many years with kids, and yeah, now they're thinking, hey, we can do this.
Yeah, we can move the ball. We can score here.
St. Ignatius had really controlled this football game up until about the last 3 or 4 minutes. Hooks, the sophomore, rolls it downfield, and it's been booted around. And finally, the Wildcats are going to fall on it about the 29-yard line. So with 38 seconds to go, we may just see them take a knee here.
Oh, I doubt that. These guys, I don't think they take a knee very often unless it's the victory formation at the end of the game.
Well, I guess not. There's a shotgun. Felt like a run and shoot almost. A double slot. Pressure from Peterson. Rogon got away from him. Pressure from Robinson got away from him. Rogon's gonna run. 35 and out of bounds at the 39-yard line. He may have got the first down. Fox finally got over there. Clock stops at 28 seconds in the half.
So they're going to run a couple plays and try to get this thing over midfield and then give them a chance to throw the bomb into the end zone.
It is a first down. We'll mark it at the 40-yard line.
Talking to McKinley's defensive coaches, they don't think this guy can run for touchdowns, but they're worried about him running the ball and picking up first downs, and that's just what he's done twice.
28 seconds. Pups just with 3 on the line of scrimmage. Now they step 2 backers up in there, and Martin and Robinson, they're going to send 5 after Ragon, and he's going to send it out to Yandex. And he is knocked down at the 47-yard line by Rozier. Clock stops with 21 seconds.
Bulldogs didn't really send 5. They had the defensive end in man-to-man, so they ended up sending 4, and they get that 7-4 or 4-7 ratio I like. That's good defense.
At the 47, picked up 7. Second down 3, 21 seconds. McKinley out of timeout. St. Ignatius still with 1. Ragon, shotgun. Looks to throw and throwing it deep for Lerner, and it is incomplete.
Wow.
Doss gambled, and I thought, Michael may have missed that.
Well, he was beat on the post. The reason he gambled was because he had to. He was behind him and on his back hip, and at that point he either gambled and went for the ball or he wasn't going to have anything.
Right about here I thought, 6 points.
He's
and
open.
Let's see.
He just missed the football.
Doss coming across in front of his face with his hand may have distracted.
He did it with the proper arm. He came in with the right arm. That's what you want him to do. No, I take that back. He probably should have been in there with the left arm. Yeah, my mistake.
Third down 3, 14 seconds to go. Get the shotgun. Ragon looks left this time and rifles the ball. Lerner caught it at the McKinley. Nope, they trapped it. It's incomplete at the 41-yard line. So with 9 seconds, St. Ignatius is going to have to punt the football.
He lets it fly. And you can't tell, but they ruled a trap.
Official right there. Milligan to kick the ball away. 9 seconds left in the first half. 16 for the Wildcats. 6 for McKinley.
McKinley, too late. I say I'd go for it.
There's the boot. Wilcox is getting away from it. Hits at the 20. And will be down at the 16-yard line. That is Mike Harris who covers the ball. And with the punt, time runs out. Halftime at the Rubber Bowl in this Division I state semifinal. The winner to meet either Upper Arlington or Moeller next Saturday night at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium in Massillon. Our score, St. Ignatius 16 and McKinley 6. We're back after these timeouts.
And we are at the University of Akron Rubber Bowl, this Division I semifinal football game, and we have St. Ignatius on top of McKinley, 16-6 at halftime. On the field, the pride of Canton McKinley, the McKinley High School Senior Marching Band. Ignatius on top of McKinley, 16-6. We'll be back with halftime festivities right after this timeout.
There on your downtown Ford scoreboard, you see St. Ignatius leading McKinley 16-6. First half statistics, the Pups are really in a hole for a while, but that last drive, they added a few yards on. St. Ignatius, 10 more first downs. Yards rushing, it's St. Ignatius all over McKinley. But in the passing yardage with that last drive, McKinley exceeded the 100-yard mark, and so now in the total yards, a bit closer. St. Ignatius 164, McKinley 112. The one turnover by the Pups, and it's 16-6. We shall see. Vic Steffen is our statistician, providing us those numbers. Mike Schachter, our Chiron guy in the truck. Jim Baldus tonight, audio. Frank Leghart, engineer and tape and whatever down there. And Mike Simon, our director. Dan Leone on the sidelines with the camera. And upstairs, Dean Elsass and John Scrotter. Appreciate their fine work. 5-3 defense. Ed Glass, maybe the second time all year. McKinley has seen that. Hoover the first time in the playoffs, and it's caused some problems.
Yeah, they're having a difficult problem running the football because they're running into an 8-man front. I think they've got to throw it. I'm not sure how much they want to throw it. They like to run a balanced offense, and it's going to be difficult to do. It'll be interesting to see what they've come up with at halftime to countermand the defensive fronts that they're seeing. And of course, I think Ignatius can always get out of that 5-3 and go back to their base defense, which is a 4-3, which they did, I think, once or twice. But it's going to be real interesting.
So they start out again in the 5-3, then what your best deal is to keep throwing the ball. You've got those open areas in behind the backers.
Yeah, and field position dictates whether you can throw or not a lot of times, and how many chances you want to take. But right now, I don't think the Pups have anything to lose. It's 16-6, and their backs are to the wall, and they've got to figure out something they can do.
Time of possession, St. Ignatius 13 minutes 49 seconds. McKinley 9 minutes 11 seconds. St. Ignatius 41 snaps. McKinley 23. And the Pups get the football to start the second half. There's the approach, and we're underway. Curry trying to find some running room, and my goodness, they didn't play that very well. It's like Curry didn't know whether to go this way or that way, and boom, and they're in a hole to start the second half.
He was trying to make a big play and get them out of the hole there, and as a result, he probably been better off just follow his blockers right up in and get the ball out to the 20. But who knows? Sometimes when you get kids with great ability, you give them some latitude to do some things simply because they can break for touchdowns.
Well, McKinley at the 11-yard line. That's not what they wanted to do to start this second half. They really struggled for field position throughout the first half. Their defense just played super. Of course, St. Ignatius' defense was playing very well. Give to Rozier, to Marlowe against the 5-3. Got to about the 12, maybe the 13.
Well, it's interesting they lined up in a straight T and two tight ends. Maybe that's what they've decided. They're going to match them man for man and get as many bodies in there as what Ignatius has got, and then give them some running game. Maybe robust is the answer.
Couple of yards, second down 8. 30 seconds into the second half. You can see what Coach was talking about. The two tight ends, the full house in the backfield. And they're going to give it to Jamar Martin. But I'm telling you, St. Ignatius, they got some size and some athletic ability up front themselves. And they stopped Jamar about the 15. They're going to look at third down, and they're going to need about 6.
Well, when they get in that straight T, it looks as if Ignatius gets into a bear look or a double eagle look, and they shade the one outside linebacker to the field.
The front 7 for St. Ignatius average from 206 up to about 240.
That's what they're doing. They're moving the Mike linebacker over.
McDaniels throws her outside, and it is almost picked off, almost caught, intended for Kenny Peterson, the tight end. They don't throw to their tight end very often, but Lerner was right there to knock it away, and mercy. Bulldogs with their own 15 going to have to punt the football.
Well, it was a good thought. I like the thinking there. They're going to try to match them up and put as many numbers inside as what they've got, and they throw a play action pass to the tight end who they don't normally throw to, and I think they've got to break some trends here, and the ball is almost caught.
Yeah, Lerner did the job. With Humphreys, Dan Belford told us at halftime, Humphreys hurt his right hip a bit, feels a bit numb. So Ben McDaniels now the punter. They need a good snap here. They got it. And the kick is blocked by Hainline and cut by McDaniels. He's looking to throw the football, incomplete.
Well, they're going to get flagged, I think, for illegal receivers downfield. He should have just run it.
Well, St. Ignatius is going to get the football. And, let's see. Line of scrimmage was the 15.
Yeah. The illegal receiver downfield. The people releasing to cover the punt. They turn that down.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense. Penalty declined.
Well, indecision on the kickoff return put him in a big hole, and the second block punt tonight by St. Ignatius.
No, they just blitzed somebody right up the middle that
Hainline.
nobody picked up, and he caught the ball. Now he should have run it. Got what he can do. Get whatever he can get, but he throws it instead, and at that point he's got ineligible receivers downfield.
About the 14-yard line, pitch to Gonzalez. Excellent defense, Kenny Peterson. Well, the Bulldog defense has played very, very well tonight as a unit.
Well, I tell you, Gonzalez is so quick. When they ran that toss, Kenny Peterson had to almost kill himself to get out there, and he did, and make the tackle. A great effort on his part.
Talking about defense, I'm still the run defense by St. Ignatius. I mean, 10 yards at halftime.
Yeah. Against a McKinley team that has dominated everybody on the ground all year.
Out of the eyes, 2nd and 12. And it's given off to Arnier, the fullback, to about the 12-yard line. He'll get around 4 yards. We are 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the second half, 16-6. St. Ignatius on top. Championship game next Saturday night in Division I, 8 o'clock at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium in Massillon. The winner of this game against the winner of Moeller and Upper Arlington. They're going to split their backs. Slot to the right, which is to the bottom of your screen. And Ragone, short drop throws. Lerner made one great catch. If he hadn't have, I think we got Gamble with pass interference.
And they're going to roll it a catch.
Oh, he made a super catch. He made 11 catches in that ball game back. Well, we may have the other way called. Ineligible receiver downfield against St. Ignatius.
Well, you know,
Look at Chuck Kyle down there protesting the call.
Well, I think it's the wideout. He's too tight on the line of scrimmage. That makes the second man ineligible. They had a slot to the bottom of our screen, and I noticed it earlier, and I thought, boy, he's awful close. I don't know if he's back far enough. The flanker is not back off the ball far enough.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Big play for McKinley there. So if you got the slot up where they got 8 men on the line of scrimmage, that's called an eligible man?
Well, the second man in, if he's covered on the outside, he's not eligible.
Okay.
And I think that's what happened that time. Now, see, he's 24 now, he's checking with the official, and he's making him move back.
Yeah,
that's exactly what happened. He was up on the ball.
They're going to do the same thing, and they threw it behind Lerner this time.
Yeah, what Lerner did was line up on the line of scrimmage, too close to the line of scrimmage, so he covered up the second receiver in. Well, then when the second receiver in released on his pattern, because they ran double slant cuts with those guys, well, at that point, he was ineligible.
See what you're saying. They came back with looked like the same play, this time a little bit behind Lerner. St. Ignatius has called time because they are looking at 4th down. The football is at the 17-yard line. They need the 5 for a 1st down. Now it's 16-6. Chuck Kyle thinking if I kick the field goal, it's 19-6. Well, 2 scores can still beat me. He may go for it here. Nope, Milligan's out there. They're going to go for the field goal.
If I'm McKinley, I'd be real suspicious here.
Now, you're a suspicious kind of guy.
Yeah, that way anyway.
I tried to give you $10 and you just didn't want it. Thought you wanted to blow me in everything.
Counterfeit.
24-yard line. This will be a 34-yard field goal by Milligan. There's the snap. It's down. It's up on the way, and it's good. Jesse Milligan kicks a 34-yard field goal with 9:01 to go in the 3rd quarter. And that will put St. Ignatius on top 19-6. But again, the McKinley defense stops them, keeps them out of the end zone. There you see Ben McDaniels, Tom McDaniels on the sideline. Well, in a way, the Bulldogs come out of that a lot better than they could with a lousy field position and the block punt, giving the ball to St. Ignatius at the 14.
Defensively, they've played very well. They just have not had any field position whatsoever.
They've been across the 50 one time. That was the last time they had the ball in the first half when they went down and scored. 19-6. We have Wilcox and Curry deep for the Bulldogs. They have not really had a good kick return yet tonight. We'll see what happens here. Boy, he puts that one into the end zone. It is 19-6. St. Ignatius on top. We'll be back after we take these timeouts. Coach Glass is pointing out that the flags over the scoreboard are snapping a little bit left to right, so the wind was at the back of the kicker. McKinley then going into the wind. It is Rozier, left side to Marlowe, fights for yardage and out to the 26, maybe the 25. That's one of his better runs. That may be his best run tonight. Yeah, that's his first carry? No. You got the wrong team up here.
Here he is trying to run the ISO off the well, they tried to kick the end and run him inside.
6 carries for Rozier, 25 yards in the ball game.
So that's a little different. They're trying to kick out on their weak side and run him up in there. That's they've made that change, I think, here in the third quarter.
Pups looking at 2nd down and 4. Trailing 19-6. And again, Rozier on the right side. DeMarlo fights for the first down. He's up near the 35-yard line.
Okay, they're an unbalanced right that time, and they haven't shown that. And that's a good offensive scheme to get into versus the 8-man front they're seeing.
Higgins, the linebacker, rides him down at the 35.
An unbalanced right. Blocked down, pulled the backside guard through the hole, kicked out with a fullback, and there's the hole.
That's their first down rushing the football tonight.
Unbalanced left now. And come this way with it.
Rozier again. And not much there. A couple of yards, 37.
Well, that time they tried the ISO, and I like the block down, kick out idea better, where they're going to kick out the end and block the line.
Daniels throws it to Gamble, dropped the ball. That's a free ball. He threw it backwards, I believe.
The referee's ruling incomplete pass.
Maybe I was wrong. Let's see, 37.
He ruled it a forward pass.
Okay. Look at the St. Ignatius.
St. Ignatius coaches don't think so, though. A little irate.
No, I don't know. I don't have a good angle. That's Chuck Kyle there to the right of the official. I don't know if we can see anything by this replay or not.
Steps back, he's 1 yard behind the stripe. And
it's straight across.
Straight across.
That might have been a good call there. Incomplete pass, 3rd down and 8. Went off the hands of Gamble. And they're going up play action to Rozier. McDaniels rolls, looks, throws. It is dropped again by Peterson. My goodness, at the 49-yard line. 3 or 4 drops tonight.
Well, that was a well-conceived pass play because that is exactly the hole they have to hit. They've got to hit that vacancy there between the safety and the outside corner. And in his 3-deep zone defense, that thing's always open. Either cross somebody into it or get a tight end into it, and that was what they did.
7 out of 16 for Ben McDaniels, but he's had at least 3 of them I can remember on the money. Daniels to kick it away. Boy, that was almost blocked. It's going to take a McKinley bounds to the 30. And picked up by Mystic to about the 33. Well, St. Ignatius will go back to the offense for the 2nd time in the 2nd half. 6:52 to go in the third. 19-6, the Wildcats leading. Bulldogs still in the game, but it's been a big struggle tonight. Two blocked punts and a few other mistakes.
I think the Bulldogs need a turnover here. They're 6:52 in the third quarter. They need to get a turnover and score in order to have that fourth quarter to try to get the one that might win it.
Well, you had to watch the Buckeyes today. The big interception return, interception in the end zone. They made enough mistakes to last. The Pumps are making them tonight. Handoff. Gonzalez stuffed at about the 35. Let's go down to the sidelines and Dan Belfort.
Thanks, guys. A couple of case in points. McKinley comes out at halftime. The discussion after reviewing some things with some people on the sidelines, they wanted to make some things happen. They haven't done it with any consistency yet. Now, defensively, they're up against Ignatius, who in their offensive huddle here on the sideline said, look, we're going to continue to take it to the outside, test the corners. When the opportunity presents itself, we're going to try to bust it in the middle. Let's see what happens. Back up to you.
Thank you, Daniel. Second down 8. We're going under center. Pup stepping up in there. 6 on the line of scrimmage. And we're going to put it up. Throwing it sideline. And caught. Lerner at the 45, out of bounds. First down.
Just ran a sideline play just deep enough to get the first down. 7 or 8 yard pattern.
In the regular season game, Lerner, what a night he had. He caught 11 passes for 111 yards. Tonight he's caught 3 for 33.
First down, now they're in a shotgun.
Ball at the 45. A lot of time. He wants somebody to go deep, and there it goes for Lerner, and overthrown. Gamble had him on the right. Fox had him on the left. We have seen, I would believe, a lot of changes from the regular season game to this one by St. Ignatius.
Yes. I don't know. Offensively, I don't think we've seen that many changes. They're running the ball a little less than they did in the other game. But defensively, they're totally different.
Lerner or Vic has put it, what, 15, 16, 17 passes up? Lerner is 7 out of 17, something like that. 7 out of 18. They threw it 42 times in that first game. Of course, they were behind. Tonight they lead. 19-6, St. Ignatius. It is a draw to Gonzalez. Gonzalez out to the McKinley 46-yard line, about a yard short of the first down.
They lined up in that split back look and come back out of there and give it to the tailback on the draw, leading the fullback up inside for the linebackers. And he's got good speed, good wheels. He's very elusive.
Well, it's 3rd and 1. 3rd down 1. 5:13 clock running in the third. The Bulldog defense again called to task to try to stop him here. Even then, they would be pinned back. McKinley making a change in their defensive call. They give it. This is number 6. Got the first down. That is Dan Hanna. Dan Hanna, his first carry tonight, left side, first down to the Bulldogs, 42-41 maybe. Another first down. 41-yard line. And that first downs, that is 16 of them for St. Ignatius.
Shotgun again on first down.
Up defense, bottom line, they can't allow any more scored. McKinley needs 2 touchdowns now to win this thing. Vergone throws and bounces it to Lerner. Lerner wouldn't have gone very far. And we got a flag down back at the 47-yard line. Holding on St. Ignatius. That'll cost him 10. If he goes from the spot to where that flag is, that's going to take him way back. Flag is down about 5 yards away from the line of scrimmage.
Well, McKinley has to take the penalty because they've got to move him away from the goal line.
And that they will do. But what I'm pointing out here, it's going to cost them almost 15 yards.
Offense, 10-yard penalty.
Obviously, the holding occurred by a back in the backfield.
Yeah. They're back almost 16 yards from where they were. back to the St. Ignatius 43. Still first down and the shotgun. Ragon seeing some pressure, scrambles, looks, and it is Ragon scrambling. That's Rozier, 44, knocks him out of bounds on the far side. Boy, does that bring visions of Blevins back to him.
Well, that's what they were worried about, is the fact that he can run. He's not, Blevins would have scored on that because he has better speed, but this kid can run enough. That's what he's doing.
Kid that throws for close to 3,000 yards already.
And that's not a design play. That's just him not seeing what he wants downfield and deciding that he's going to run his own drop play. And that's what he does. He pump fakes, pops it in there.
32 yards. First down, St. Ignatius. They give to Hannah. And Hannah got grabbed by Martin for one, I can see there, 41. A couple of other Bulldogs. Stuart Lytle. Yeah, number 6, that's him, and he got a yard to the 24. Clock at 4:04 and running. It's 19-6. Cleveland leads. McKinley cannot allow him to get another. Because then the Pups would need 3 scores. And I don't think that would happen tonight. Not the way St. Ignatius is playing defense, especially against the run. Ragon pumps, wants him to go deep, but he's not gone deep. Now Ragon is scrambling and taken down. Fumbles the ball, it came loose. Who's got it? In the stack. Officials are reaching to the bottom, and St. Ignatius still with it.
He got hit from the back, and the ball came out.
74 is on the ball. That's Jeff Petroulis, their big 6'2", 240-pound guard. Let's go to the sidelines and Dan Belford.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Real quick, Joe Gonzalez, you might know, inconspicuous here, not in the lineup at the moment. He's on the sidelines. They're working both of his calves. I got a chance to chat with him, and he said basically it's turf cramps is what he's experiencing. They're stretching out his legs. They're icing him down a little bit. He feels he'll be back in. He thought he'd be back, in fact, a couple of plays ago, but they're still having trouble working out the kinks and the pain in the legs. So we'll keep you posted on it. Back up to you.
Now we've got a penalty flag.
There was a motion penalty against St. Ignatius, which sets him back, nullifies the run.
It's back to the 29. I don't think anybody saw the flag. A long time coming, and they finally picked the ball up, moved it to the 29. 3:18 in the third. 19-6, St. Ignatius. Wildcats looking at second and 15. They give it to Arnier, the fullback. He's to the 20-yard line, and the flag is thrown in there.
That's either a face mask or a hold, one or the other.
Well, they had him backed up again, and he cranks out about 9 or 10 yards plus the flag. Holding St. Ignatius. Boy, we're talking about McKinley shooting themselves in the foot in the first half. Here is 3 penalties on the last 4 snaps.
Well, the score's 19-6, and they've relaxed a little bit mentally, and as a result, they're getting a few penalties here. You know, those turf cramps that Dan was just talking about, they happen with a hard surface on a cold night. That's what
Holding.
the young man's talking about.
Offense, 10-yard penalty for spot of the foul. Still second down.
So he gets the yardage, to the 23, and then they back it up 10.
I look for him to throw this one to the end zone. I may be wrong.
So Hannah carries from the 29 to the 23, 6 yards, and then the 10-yard penalty. It is second down. Their halfback option maybe to Kelly, and Kelly is swarmed under back to the 37-yard line.
That's what they were going to do. Go with the option pass to the tailback, the halfback pass.
Lemo's there, Peterson's there, Isaiah Robinson hobbling around. They started the game, if you weren't with us on the first few snaps, they used Kelly, who was the backup quarterback, in the backfield.
And he obviously had the option of running or throwing. I mean, most often when you run a halfback pass like this, it's pass only. But in this case, this young man, they gave him that option of running the ball or throwing it.
It's the 9th snap in this drive. 2:07. They've really used up the clock. It's third, about 23. McKinley's defense wants to keep him back here. Shotgun. Ragone back. Throws under pressure. Incomplete. Down the middle. Flags are going to come in, and the McKinley coaches on the far side, they are upset.
Oh, that's not a good call. I'm sorry. I have to express myself on that, and that's not a good call.
Well, they had him 3rd and 23. A lot of penalties here. If that's against the Pups.
That was almost simultaneous with the ball going by him, and he hit the receiver, which is what he is supposed to do, is try to shake that ball loose.
Personal foul. McKinley.
They're going to call it a late hit.
But the pass was incomplete. Correct?
Yeah.
Then how would you make a late hit?
Well, they call it personal foul. It's not interference.
Well, this takes the football down to the 22-yard line. 15 yards. 1, 2, 3, 4. More penalties here.
Personal foul. Defense, 15 yards. Still third down.
See, that's just being aggressive, that's all. And that's what football's supposed to be, is an aggressive sport. I'm sorry, that's a bad call.
Well, it is third down. McKinley defense. St. Ignatius in 2-down territory up here at the 22. Maybe not back at the 37. Ragone with time over the middle, incomplete, trying to hit Yandex. Rozier was there, and Martin on the coverage, and now it's going to be 4th down. And we're going to see Milligan, I believe. St. Ignatius calls time. 1:49 in the third. They lead 19-6. And we'll come back right after these timeouts. St. Ignatius 19, McKinley 6. We'll take some thought tonight, try to come up with a big play in this game. We've had a lot of this and a lot of that. Camelot Music will bring you the big play of the game. Camelot Music, nobody knows music any better. Well, Milligan is on. He's going to try about a 40-yarders. If he hits it, then the Bulldogs are down by 16. 2 touchdowns and 2-point conversions. 1:49 in the third. Milligan's got the foot for this. He's hit a 34-yarder earlier this quarter. And this will be a 40-yarder. See, the Bulldogs can block it. McKinley's blocked one early. St. Ignatius has blocked 2 punts. It is down. It is up. It is blocked. Kenny Peterson blocked the football. It is rolling back around the 5. And it's into the end zone.
That's just like a punt, and he touched it.
Yep, that wasn't very smart either.
They're going to give it to McKinley on a 1. If it goes into the end zone, it's a dead ball, as a punt would be.
Yep.
But I don't know what they're going to rule here, whether it went into the end zone or not.
Could St. Ignatius have picked that up? They couldn't have picked that up and advanced it.
No, they couldn't have advanced it, but they can recover it.
Okay.
Yeah, waving it off and went in the end zone.
Now, Chuck
when you have
Kyle,
a blocked field goal, it's the same. It's the same as a punt rule.
Chuck Kyle wants to talk to the official about that. That's what I'm thinking. When the McKinley kids were trying to field it around the 5, I'm thinking, leave it alone.
Yeah, they should have just left it roll in the end zone.
Well, the Pups.
But again, there's always confusion with high school kids, and probably in all levels of football, I guess, that in how a field goal is ruled, you know, and basically you have to tell your kids it's the same as a punt.
Yeah. They were scaring me to death trying to reach for that thing. I thought, boy, if you touch that. Well, the Pups end up with it at the 20-yard line. Down 19-6, 1:38 in the third. Let's see if they can get some offense going. McDaniels to throw. Right side, got Curry, and Curry is out of bounds. Well-executed play at the 31. That'll give them a first down. Well, this game has had a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I thought it would.
Sheesh.
You know, most defensive backs at the high school level or whatever, if they're well coached, they know that ball's a punt. And they know what to do. The problem was you had linemen chasing that thing that don't ever get, they never know what's going on back there.
They'll pick it up, take a bite out of it.
Yeah.
Big first down for McKinley. Got it out to the 31. 1:32 on the clock in the third. Pups need 2 scores. They're down 19-6. Curry in the slot to the right. Another play action. Throw it left side this time. Gamble hangs on to it. Gamble to the 39, near the 40. Spot's going to be at the 39.
This is what they got to do if they want to drive them out of that 5-3. They've got to throw the ball. They've got to throw the crossing patterns. The play action fake is a good idea. Hold those inside backers. Right here, he's got Gamble crossing the field underneath the backers. And he springs open.
2nd and 2. And they're going to keep it upstairs. It's Gamble again.
Again,
they catch it out of bounds at the 47.
They can throw that all day against that 5-3 because they're playing 3 deep zone and they're back off of them so they don't get beat deep, and they can throw those out cuts all day long.
Another first down.
That doesn't mean Ignatius isn't going to change their front here and get in their 4-3 and try to take away some of those out cuts.
Ball at the 47. McKinley trailing 19-6, 52 seconds. Clock stopped with the out of bounds play.
5-3 defense again.
They go with a shotgun. And a fake to Rozier. McDaniels looking, running. And will throw on the run, and he just threw that one away.
Yeah, good choice.
She looked downfield. The white shirts were covered by the guys wearing the gold and blue.
Well, they dropped an end off that time in the 5-3 plus the outside linebacker, so they essentially only rushed 4 guys. See Ben rolling out to his right here. And he doesn't really have anybody open, so he just throws it too wide and too far.
2nd down 10 for McKinley. The ball at their 47. 45 seconds left in the 3rd period. Yep, you can see him changing something. He wants Curry to come in the slot. Play action. Nope. Flag is down. Rozier. Another flag is down. Rozier with his best run of the night. It probably will be brought back. Chuck Kyle is already signaling it's coming back on the sidelines for St. Ignatius.
They've got a soft end on that slot side over there. He's lining up and playing like an outside linebacker, and as a result, they got the corner that time, but they had some kind of penalty motion or something.
DeMarlo had the first down, the illegal motion.
Shift. Somebody wasn't set.
Well, it'll go back to the 42. 7 penalties now for McKinley. 30, 35, 40, 45, 60 yards.
Illegal shift. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Still 37 seconds in the 3rd.
I think when they called the flanker in, the slot back to come in, he wasn't set for a second. Okay, he has to be set for a second before they snap the ball. He was still moving when they snapped the football.
2nd and 15. The Bulldogs at their 42. Shotgun. Swing out pass, and it is caught to the 45. Jamar Martin with the reception.
And that's exactly why they're walking that end off right there into the wide side of the field, is to take that man flaring out of the backfield.
Only picked up 3. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. After 3 here at the Rubber Bowl, it is Cleveland St. Ignatius 19, Canton McKinley 6. And we'll be back with more action here right after we take these timeouts. There you see it on the downtown Ford scoreboard. The Buffs down by 13, but they're looking at a big 3rd down and 12. You know, Coach, we still have 12 minutes to go, but my feeling right now, the Bulldogs have to continue to take this down the field, even though there's still 12 minutes. It's like they really haven't, this 3rd quarter, established anything yet. They got to do something.
I think the thing they needed to do is maybe they've run out of time to do that, is to get in that unbalanced line and block down, kick out, and then run play action passes off of it. I think that would be the most effective thing to do, and I know that's what they did to North Canton Hoover and did an excellent job with it. But at this point, when being down 2 touchdowns, I don't know if they've got time to do that.
Well, it's a big 3rd and 12. McKinley just trying to do anything to get some momentum on their side here again. McDaniels will put it up and throws it out to Curry. It's awful close to the first down. I thought if he'd lowered that shoulder and hammered in there.
I think he's got it.
Boy, it's going to be close. I mean, it's right on the yard marker. If he doesn't have it, they're going to go for it. They're going to call for an official measurement from that close.
Again, this is what he needs to do, is that they fake the running game up in there to the other side and then through the drag pattern, and that's been very effective.
You want to see close? There is close. I mean, there is close.
Down on his knees and belly looking at it.
I knew it was on the marker, but never would have dreamed it's that close.
See if he can get his credit card in there.
It must not be. It must need about, my goodness, 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. McKinley has to go for it, I would think. 4th down. And
they have to. They have no choice. Fourth quarter.
Yep, 11:52.
They've got to score, and they've got to score
Let's see
now.
how close he sets that. Look at that. Look how close he sets that ball down to that.
If it touches, they've got the first down.
The Bulldogs 4th down and an inch. Honest inch. 11:52 to go in the ball game. 19-6, St. Ignatius. Might this be the big play of the ball game? I don't know. We've had a few of them so far. Steve Smith leads them out of the huddle. He's had an outstanding year at center as a junior. 2 tight ends, full house in the backfield. You run right at him, I would think you would. And they give it to Isaiah Robinson. He hit in there once, hit in there twice, but he only needed 1 inch.
Yeah, they're going to give him forward progress for the first down. The head linesman came in and will mark the ball.
He got a yard. Up to about, we'll say
he got a 1/2 a yard.
Got to put it at the 42.
They've already moved the sticks.
At the 42 of St. Ignatius, first down. Pups need 2 scores. They're down 19-6. Right now, this is the most important drive they've had all season. They started this at their 20-yard line. After a field goal was blocked. Went into the end zone. McDaniels, left sideline. Caught, Campbell, and out of bounds. Inside the 35. To the 33-yard line.
Well, again, as long as they're in that 5-3, they're going to be able to throw that out cut, particularly with this big a lead that Ignatius has, that they're going to play off of them to avoid the big play.
Just outside the 33. It's going to be 2nd down and 1. McDaniels tonight now has hit 10 passes out of 24. Passes out of 24. They give to Rozier. DeMarlo wants the first down. He's got it to the 30-yard line.
Well, again, they got the unbalanced line that time and blocked down and ran off tackle, and they got some yardage.
This is 4 first downs for McKinley in this drive. Started from their 20. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 snaps, and they're down to the St. Ignatius 30-yard line. First downs for McKinley now. Overall, they have how many? 10 first downs, 4 of them in this drive. They had 4 first downs at halftime. 11-11 to play. 19-6 St. Ignatius.
They're unbalanced left.
Out of the eye. Going to put it upstairs again, and pressure's coming, and sacked back at the 40-yard line. He was looking deep. But Ben Molino ate him up.
I think they had some miscommunication there because neither wideout ran any kind of a pattern. They just went down and ran like clear-outs. And the fullback went over the middle or the tight end, I don't know which, hooked up over the middle, and he wasn't open. I think they were going to throw the ball right over the middle because neither wideout looked like he was running a receiver, running a true route.
Well, there's a loss of 10 big ones. 2nd down and 20 now for McKinley. 10-21 on the clock. It's moving here. Pups need to score. They need 2 to win. They're down by 13. Setting the screen up. It is a nice touch to Rozier. 35-30 to Marlowe to the 25 and out of bounds. He's about 5 yards short of the first down. Ben McDaniels has probably good a touch you'll see in high school of throwing that little lob pass to set that screen up.
Screen pass was really well thrown because he had to throw it over a defender, and he's got intense pressure. He has to throw it over 51 here, who is hot-footing it after DeMarlo, but doesn't have enough speed to get there. And McKinley backs and wideouts are getting out of bounds, and that's what they got to do. They've got to get out of bounds and stop the clock. Conserve the clock.
3rd down and 4. McKinley at the 24 of St. Ignatius. They got 2 snaps to try to get 4 yards. They trail by 13. He calls timeout. Something he didn't like.
Yeah, I think they had the outcut called, and that both defensive corners walked up man-to-man bump and run with a free safety. And at that point, he didn't want to run it, whatever he had called.
10:05 to go. We'll be giving you our players of the game at the end of this contest. And CCI to Ameritech Centrex will be honoring them with a plaque and a letter of recognition and a $100 donation to the school in the player's name. CCI to Ameritech Centrex, one of our fine sponsors. The Stars of Communication, recognizing the stars of tonight's game. 2 snaps to get 4 yards and keep this thing alive. McKinley started this one at the 20-yard line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 snaps so far. .05 left. Might our big play still be yet to come? Well, we've had 2 block punts, 2 block field goals, some great defensive hits. A couple of excellent passes. Camelot Music will bring you the big play of the game at the end of the contest. Nobody knows music better than Camelot. Well, they're going to go 2 tight ends, full house to try to get now we got the back judge delay a game.
How can that be?
I thought they called timeout. Also on St. Ignatius, what happened?
Illegal substitution, defense.
12 guys.
I don't know, but you talk about big mistakes. That's going to give McKinley a first down to the 19-yard line. 5 first downs in this drive. The Pups have made their share of mistakes in this gigantic game, but St. Ignatius, there's a big one, and that gives McKinley a first down at the 19. 10:05 to go. 19-6 Wildcats.
Ignatius in a 4-3 now.
Daniels pumps, throws, and he saw Curry wasn't going to be where he wanted to be and just threw it way over his head.
Okay, what Ignatius did was change the defense on him, and the play they wanted to run wasn't there. Into a 4-3 with cover 2 safeties, 2 corners.
So Curry was covered up there at the top of your screen. 2nd down 10 McKinley at the St. Ignatius 19-yard line. I think the bottom line is McKinley's got to score here. If they don't,
well, they have to.
They're going to go home, wait till next year. They can still win this game, but they got to put it in right now.
4-3 again. 4 deep secondary.
McDaniels looks, throws, and again, boy, miscommunication. Kenny Peterson may have been the intended receiver. Kenny Peterson has not really been in the pass offense all year. He's been staying in and blocking, but tonight they've gone to him about 4 times. He's dropped a couple, and a couple other times not there.
Obviously, they're looking at trying to get the ball to somebody that they don't feel Ignatius would concentrate on.
Well, now the Pups are 3rd down and 10 at the 19-yard line. Trips left.
And they're back in their 5-3 now.
So they're going to go out, and they throw it to Wilcox, and Wilcox just can't get away, but he does get about 7 yards.
That's a great play call against the 5-3 because that's the zone that's open. They ran right up into it, that hole between a halfback and a safety, and caught the football.
So that's the 13. They got 6 yards. Well, this may be your ball game for McKinley. And timeout's called. They're looking at 4th down and 4. 9:25 to go. We'll be back after these timeouts. The Pups looking at 4th and 4, and this is their season. You think that's a pretty strong statement, but it's still 9:25 to go. But from what we've seen all night long, they've got to put it in here.
Yeah, down 2 scores. They don't have much leeway any longer.
McKinley is
run out of time.
They haven't scored under 25 points all year. They got 25 last week against St. Francis. Tonight they've got only 6. It's to McDaniels, and he's going to scramble, and he got it.
First down. Quarterback draw.
Boy, how gutsy of a call was that?
Yep, design play. Whew.
To the 8, 1st and goal, McKinley.
Terrific play call.
6 first downs.
Step back. They're trap blocking it up inside, I think. Can't see, but he throws his body forward and picks up the first down.
He doesn't have a lot of body to throw. It's been away about 150. All right, the Pups, 2 tight ends, full house in the backfield at the St. Ignatius 8-yard line to give to Rozier, and boy, they're all over him. They ate him up for lunch. Hainline, the linebacker. He'll play Division I big time somewhere.
I just don't think you're going to do that against Ignatius. Take that ball from the right halfback spot and sweep it all the way to the left. They're going to get up and get in it, and that's what they're doing. They're coming in behind the backs.
Well, see if the Pups can pull this thing out. Otherwise, you're going to have an all-parochial Division I final again. Moeller has beaten Upper Arlington 19-10. 2nd and goal, ball back at the 11. Only 1 setback, trips to the bottom of your screen. McDaniels throws. It is caught. Wilcox, but to the 9. You're going to have to shoot maybe for the end zone here.
Well, I understand that. They're trying to get the ball to a guy that's got good broken field ability and hope he can wiggle in there, and they just had too many tacklers coming at him. He couldn't get through.
They've had almost 17 snaps in this drive.
He's just hoping to avoid somebody here, but 38 does a nice job on him. Hackerman.
What is he now, Vic? 5, 10, 15, 21, 28 attempts. 16 out of 28. 15 out of 28. 3rd and goal. Play action. Pressure, and he'll just throw it away. He just got planted. My heavens.
That's it. Brian Foley.
6'4", 220. Came uncovered.
And they jumped in a 4-3 that time and brought it in from the outside on the left. Offensive left, defensive right. Nobody picked him up. Play action fake. He's coming hard, and there's nobody there. Boom.
Well, this could be very likely McKinley season here. They got us sticking in. They trail 19-6, 7:29 to go. Got to give credit to St. Ignatius and their defensive coaches tonight.
Yep, they've had a great game plan.
Shotgun, big play, maybe the biggest of the year. And whistles. Somebody moved, going to cost the Pups 5 more. Or was it St. Ignatius?
I saw Ignatius kid move to his right defensively, but I think it caused the at that point McKinley kid to move out of the stands.
Dead ball, false start,
Well, that
offense,
sure don't help.
5-yard penalty.
Back to the
Well,
14.
throwing the ball, Jim, and very seriously, that helps him because the zones will get
Opens it
bigger.
up.
Yeah, the zones will get bigger. If you got to throw it in, you'd rather throw it in from the 15 or 20 than you would from the 5. Because the zones are so cramped, when you get down close to the goal line, it's tough to throw it.
St. Ignatius has called time. That is their last timeout, so they will not have any left, although they lead 19-6, 7:29 to go. Bulldogs started this at their 20-yard line, and like 18 snaps later, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 first downs. They have gotten it down to the 14-yard line. Added to the 8, 1st and goal. 3-yard loss. Then a 2-yard gain. Then an incompleted pass. Now a 5-yard penalty. And it is 4th and goal from the 14-yard line. 19-6. Leading receiver for McKinley tonight, Gamble, has caught 6 for 47 yards. Curry's caught 4 for 71. McKinley was really stymied in the first half, doing nothing until their last possession. They had an excellent drive to put 6 points on the board, and that started to open up the passing game against the 5-3. Here in the second half, this is their third possession. They have been unable to do anything until this possession, but this likely could be their season if they are stymied here. At the 14, 4th and goal.
Ignatius in a 4-3 with a 4-deep secondary, expecting the pass.
McDaniel's going to throw for Curry, and he turned Curry around, and incomplete. And St. Ignatius, look at them. I think they feel right now they won this thing. We still have 7:23 to go. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I got 19 snaps on that drive, and they come up with zilch. Well, we got one of the St. Ignatius players down on the far side. That is Lerner. He may have twisted his knee trying to cover that. He's in the off to the end zone up there at the top of your screen, beyond that white border. If we got a replay, we can see maybe if that young man twisted his knee or what, trying to cover it against Curry. They had Curry turning around. Again, Moeller has beaten Upper Arlington 19-10. And right now, unless this McKinley defense can force a turnover, it's going to be Moeller and St. Ignatius again playing for the state title. Give you our last look at the phrase that pays tonight, brought to you by Remlinger Oldsmobile Cadillac Dodge. There it is, Monday morning at 8:15. You give us that phrase that pays, and you can win yourself a lube and oil change, or a $25 gift certificate. Now Lerner is up and walking toward the sideline. He's an outstanding talent. He's big time also.
Limping a little bit. I wonder if he didn't twist an ankle.
First you look at St. Ignatius and McKinley this year. A lot of kids that are big time.
A lot of great athletes out there.
This crowd we don't have in attendance, but they're starting to file toward the those are McKinley folks. Disappointed, but
steady stream going out the gate.
They played hard. The offense hasn't played all that well. Defense, I still think, has played pretty well tonight. But the St. Ignatius defensive coaches, man, they've mixed things up. That 5-3 and caused McKinley some problems. St. Ignatius will go to the offense from the 14-yard line. They're going to keep it on the ground. That's Ardier, and maybe a yard to the 15, but they just want to run clock right now. You know, if you get Moeller back in the state final and St. Ignatius back in the state final, between them, they've got 14 state titles, 7 apiece.
No comment.
Moeller won it in 75, 76, 77, 79, 80, 82, and 85. St. Ignatius won it 88, 89, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. And Moeller 3 times got beat in the state title game, and St. Ignatius got beat once in the state title game. There's a give to Gonzalez, and Martin Cunning pulled him down. But the clock is at 6:38. McKinley only 1 timeout left. The Bulldogs need 2 scores. In fact, okay, we got injury reports. That's from Dan.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Lerner, the young man who was down on the sidelines, again, same thing Gonzalez had. Cramps. They're calling it more of a dehydration and just turf cramps, and he should be okay, and probably we'll see more action. Back to you.
Thank you, Bells. Well, Lerner's a young man. He goes both ways. And being a receiver defensive back coach, he does a lot of running out there. 3rd down, Ragon's going to put it up. 3rd and long, and Peterson hit him, and Ragon looked to pitch it, but he's just going to eat it back at the 8-yard line with the lead they got.
Yeah, McKinley got to hope he makes some kind of mistake like that and tries to pitch it, and they pick it up and run the end zone.
Moeller has been in the state title game then 10 times, and St. Ignatius has been in the state title game 8 times. But let's see. Bulldogs call time. It is 4th down. They're all the way back at the 10-yard line or the 9-yard line. St. Ignatius didn't have any timeouts left. Well, 5:22, no uncalled time. Now the clock's moving. And now the back judge will throw the yellow flag. Well, this will move the ball back to about the 5. And you know McKinley's going to bring 10.
Yeah, it's preordained. I would.
So, what, 4.5-yard penalty. 5:18 on the clock. Rubber Bowl starting to thin out, but we still got some football action here. McKinley can strike quick. And they are going to take the safety.
Yep.
That's Milligan who grabs it and just runs out of the end zone. That'll make it 19-8.
That's a good choice. Now they can kick it from the 20.
Be 19-8. McKinley still needs 2 scores.
Yep. Well, I guess a touchdown, a 2-point play, and a field goal would tie it, right?
8 and 11. Yep. You're good.
Yeah.
Man, you math teacher?
Well, as football coaches, we don't have very well.
5:12, all that's left. Things not looking good for the Pups, but you never know. This is a crazy game.
That's why the ball has points. You never know what's going to happen.
Milligan is going to tee it. See if Wilcox can run one back about 60.
Well, that's the kind of thing they need. You know, they need somebody to make a play here that's out of the ordinary and give them a shot.
Milligan will hit it as deep as he can hit it. It's going to be Curry at the 27. And again, Curry just runs up and sort of loses his leg drive. Instead of plowing right in there and trying to skirt the outside. Looked like he wanted to follow right inside on the wedge.
Well, what he wanted to do was make a play, and he was hoping he saw a little crease, and before he could find a crease and get up in it, why, the outside guys on the kickoff team hit him.
They have not returned kicks very well tonight. It's at the 38. 5:05 to go. And Ben McDaniel's going to air it out here. What is Ben tonight? Stephen adding things up. 15 out of 30. McDaniels under pressure, throws, caught. Curry at about the 42, 43-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 44. Gain of 6, 2nd and 4. 4:43, clock moving. Bulldogs 1 timeout left. St. Ignatius, no timeouts left. As we're up high at the Rubber Bowl, you look out, you see a lot of taillights starting to form. 19 to 8. St. Ignatius leading. Little pass left side. Wilcox down the sidelines and finally got out of bounds. But he's in St. Ignatius territory to the 45. That'll be a first down.
Outcut. I just put backs, and they're going to give them all these they want. They're just going to try to make the tackle.
Clock is stopped. 4:24.
Wide receiver gets out of bounds, which he should. Try to stop the clock.
Wideouts to both sides. McDaniels to throw it. Right sideline for Curry. And did he make the catch? He did. Near the 30-yard line.
That was a well-thrown fade cut. He had to come back to get it, but it was still where he had to throw it in order for the receiver to catch it.
Chuck Kyle ran right up there pointing. He thought he was out of bounds. Or hit the ground. Nice catch.
Nice catch. Inbounds.
It's at the 30-yard line. Another first down for McKinley. How many first downs now for the Pups? 12. Thank you. 4:19 left. They got to stick it in a hurry and then kick off and hope to hold St. Ignatius. 19-8 Wildcats. Pups only 1 touchdown tonight. That came on their last drive of the first half. Daniels back, looks down the middle, throws right side. Rozier at the 5. Touchdown. Oh, big play. And a flag is down. A 30-yard touchdown pass. McDaniels to Rozier, right on the money to Marlowe at the 5, took it in.
I don't know what the flag is. Unless they got his face mask.
You'll find out here.
Face mask, defense, penalty declined, touchdown.
You heard it. 19-14, they're going to go for 2. 4:11 to go.
Ain't over till it's over. Fat lady's been humming, but she ain't singing yet, Jim.
Here's a touchdown play.
Again, you got Ignatius now playing a 4-3 with a 4-deep secondary, and McKinley able to move the football against it.
The Pups need 2. Fake to Rozier. McDaniels rolling, lobs it into the end zone, and again, Kenny Peterson, the target, couldn't get it. So, 4:11 to go. St. Ignatius 19, Bulldogs 14. We are back with the McKinley kickoff after these timeouts. St. Ignatius. All right, Coach Glass, I'll give you a situation. You've only got 1 timeout left. 4:11 to go. You kick it deep, and St. Ignatius makes 1 first down. They're liable to run it out on you. So do you try with even 4:11 to go, do you try an onside kick at this early?
I wouldn't. I would kick it deep because Ignatius, the last time they had the football, made no effort to really move the ball. I mean, they ran 3 plays and punted. Or took the safety. And at this point, I think I'd trust my defense to get the ball back for him.
Andre Hooks, the sophomore, is kicking.
If you onside it and you don't get it, you're going to give them the football.
Well, that is probably
at midfield.
Yeah.
And the game's over.
Well, those who were headed for the exits, a lot of them have stopped and are standing watching. Hooks will try to kick it as deep as he can.
Yep.
Line drive boot, and it's going to scoot through into the end zone. So the young sophomore does his job. Now we'll see if the Bulldog defense can make St. Ignatius go 3 and out and get the football back.
I honestly wonder if Ignatius didn't want that ball to go in the end zone because neither receiver looked like he went to the ball. They both bailed out to the sides, and they just as lief it went in the end zone because they've got it on the 20 instead of the 10 or the 5.
4:11 to go. St. Ignatius 19, McKinley 14. Wildcats no timeouts.
They're going to show a little offense now too. They're in the shotgun unless they run it here.
McKinley with 1 timeout left. A lot of time. Ragone throws. Lerner made the catch and slips the tackle out of bounds. He's still on his feet and he stayed in. Well, not a good job of tackling. And St. Ignatius has a first down to the 37.
Yeah, through the outcut.
Thing is, they couldn't even get him out of bounds. The clock is running now.
Missed tackle. At that point, they got the ball up near the 40-yard line.
Ragone's letting the clock run. Just, 3:45 and moving. Pitch to Gonzalez. And he's all the way to the 45-yard line. So he's about 3 yards short of the first down. The Pups, remember, just 1 timeout to spend.
Then they got the toss sweep, and he cuts it back. That's been an effective play all night long.
McKinley, number 1 in the nation. St. Ignatius, number 8. Of course, polls are opinionated. But you've got 2 of the better football teams anywhere. Tonight, the Wildcats look like they may get revenge for their loss at Fawcett week 7. Give to Gonzalez, and he's got the first down, I believe. The clock at 2:56. Stops as they move the chains.
McKinley was up in man-to-man with the corners on the line of scrimmage, and safeties filling the off tackle hole, and they still managed to get enough yardage in here to get the first down.
They're going to bring the chains on.
I don't know. May not have made it. It's real close.
Unofficially, Vic has Gonzalez for 100 yards and 19 carries. He had 103 in that first game. Oh, got him a plenty, yep.
Yeah, got to buy a whole football, man, by plenty. You broadcasters.
Compared to that one measurement we saw for the
Yeah,
inch there, that's by
2
plenty.
inches.
It's at the 48. 2:55 left.
Now Ignatius doesn't really need to do anything exotic. All they've got to do is let the clock run and 3 downs and punt it down the other end of the field.
Well, the clock is running. 2:44. Ragone knows when he has to go under center. He's got 25 seconds to snap it. What a year he's had. 2,700 yards throwing the ball. Peterson puts the hit on Gonzalez. Now will they call that last timeout they have?
I think they're going to wait. With only one, they're going to wait till they get under 2 minutes to call that one. That's what I said. They're not going to do anything real exotic right here. They're just going to try to hang on to the football, run the clock, and then if they have to punt it, punt it. And at that point, the Pups will be 80, 90 yards away from the end zone.
Shotgun for Ragone. Clock just now going under 2 minutes. At 1:59 and 1:58. St. Ignatius leading 19-14.
They're going to throw it.
Ragone pumps and now is going to try to run and is hit and taken down at the 46-yard line. Now they want that last timeout. Clock at 1:45, 1:44, 1:43, and they finally stop it.
They got under 2 minutes and called it.
It will be 3rd down and 12, 13 yards to go. Everybody's out of timeouts.
I think that was a designed quarterback draw that time. I think this is a pump fake, and he's going to run it. I don't think he has any intention of throwing this football.
You would think so.
I think
he's just trying to run as much time off where he had to run the ball.
Exactly.
So, the best scenario for McKinley is to stop him here.
Make him punt it.
And let's see, 1:43 to play would maybe go to 1:39. They have 25 seconds. They'd probably take the 5-yard penalty. 1:29, 1:39. That would take it down to 1:14.
They could clear down to 1:10, something like that. Less.
And then the punt. And then the Pups will probably have less than 60 seconds.
Well, I think when if they do this right, less than a minute.
No turnovers in this big game for St. Ignatius tonight. They have had 2 field goals blocked. McKinley's had 2 punts blocked. It's 3rd and 12. Will they even risk throwing it here or just take the run and then kick it? I can't see him throw. Look at McKinley getting up on the line.
They got 11 on the line. I don't think they're going to throw it.
They're sending everybody, though. And Ragone, nope, he just wants to run the clock. And is sacked at the 40-yard line. But now the clock is at 1:32. Once they spot it, and they haven't done that yet, I don't think. The official has it. Referee's got his hand in the air. Now he spots it with 1:21. So it'll be under a minute before they have to punt the football. And they will take the 5 yards, I would imagine. McKinley will get the ball back. And Fred Wilcox is thinking, gee, I wonder if I can run this thing about 80 yards.
Yeah, they're going to try to block it. I bet you.
I think St. Ignatius would try maybe to kick it out of bounds, too. Yeah, they have 10 on the line of scrimmage. You can see that there. And there's the back judge throwing the flag with 54 seconds to go. The ball will go back to the 35.
5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Well, maybe we'll have who was it, Stanford or whatever game that was in college, 8 laterals, touchdown, or who knows.
I think they're going to go after it and try to block it.
There they come. There's the snap. It's in the air and kicks away. Wilcox has it. And no blocking support downfield.
They all try to block the punt.
Well, the Pups are at the 48-yard line. 52 yards away and 45 seconds left in the game. They can't use the field goal now because of the missed 2-point conversion. They need the touchdown. Stranger things have happened.
it's over.
St. Ignatius, yep, they've loosened that secondary up.
They're in 4-3.
No timeouts
They're
left.
going to blitz somebody from the outside, though. No, they didn't. They dropped out.
Daniels to Curry, and we got a flag. Yep, we do. I thought we might.
Crowded it, tried to crowd the slant cut, and they got contact before the ball got there.
41 seconds.
That may give them room to go to the end zone with the ball now. 15-yard penalty. They'll put them down on the what?
So 48, 47, 42, 37.
37-yard line. They can go to the end zone with the football. They got a shot at it. The jump ball situation now.
Defense, 15
Unbelievable.
yards, first down.
I don't know. You know, Ignatius has played this 4-3 here in the fourth quarter late as a pass defense and has not been good to him.
41 seconds left. No timeouts. They can't afford a sack. McDaniels is back, looking, throwing, and it is. Oh, incomplete at the 15-yard line. Intended for Gamble. A little more, about a foot more, and it might have got there.
Well, that time, Ignatius got back in there 5-3 and blitzed the middle linebacker. And that's why this cut was open. This was the cut they wanted to throw against the 5-3, and it was open. Just a little,
Almost.
a little underthrown.
34 seconds, and it's second down.
4-3 by Ignatius now. The trips out here, but you're going deep. Nope.
It's off the hands of Curry. Wilcox cut the ball on the tip. Wilcox to the 10, to the 5, to the 2-yard line. They can't stop the clock, but they got it stopped as they move the chains. Unbelievable.
He caught it on the tip.
McKinley's got to get up there and spike the
They
ball.
got to spike the ball and stop the clock.
And Rick get their thoughts together.
They're having trouble getting lined up.
Clock is running. 22 seconds. 21. And they stop it with 17 seconds to go.
Wow. It's not over till it's over.
Why say anything? We just got our big play.
Here's your big play. Tip off of Wilcox.
Well, there's someplace.
Didn't get the big play.
That's still got to be it. If they don't stick it in. First time I jumped out of the chair, cracked my head. Here we go. 17 seconds. No timeouts. Will they just try to pound it inside? Rozier.
Touchdown.
Unbelievable. Touchdown,
Unbelievable.
Bulldogs. Holy cow.
Now all those people that left yield little faith. We want to tell you something.
We were in that boat because we're talking about Mulder and St. Ignatius. What are you pointing at?
Well, we've got a celebration penalty in the end zone against McKinley, I think. Whew. But at 20-19 with 13 seconds, I don't think they care.
St. Ignatius has to be stunned. We're stunned, but in a positive way.
Yeah, they got the 15-yarder for celebration in the end zone. Here it goes. Rozier taking the thing off tackle. The last time he tried to go outside, and they just knocked him down for about 15-yard loss or 10-yard loss the last time. They tried that. This time he cut it back.
Oh. Hey, that's Armitage in there. Hey, hook to left. Phil Armitage, who hurt his ankle last week, has not kicked the ball. You know, you don't need to say anything if you've been watching. Mercy. 13 seconds to go. They had 45 seconds. What you need? Wilcox. It bounced off the hands of Curry into Wilcox. McKinley took the ball at the 48-yard line with 45 seconds to go. And even then you thought, gee, you know, they just might do this at that point. Up until then, I think we were thinking, gee, I don't think they're going to do this.
Well, the 15-yard interference penalty put them in position. I mean, that's what I said at the time. They can go to the end zone now. They can do something.
That is Chuck Kyle there. Well, what's McKinley's strategy now?
Well, they're going to bounce this, I would think. Although the last 2 times, this guy has hit the ball into the end zone.
They have Gonzalez and Lerner deep. And they're not bad running backs. 13 seconds left. No timeout. Hooks really gets deep and runs up and just tops it. Yep. It's got to be. Oh, Lerner missed it. Back to the 10, to the 5. He should just get out of bounds. They're going to snow him under at the 6-yard line. There are 8 seconds to go.
And they're 94 yards away. 90 whatever. 3. Got to go 93 yards in 8 seconds.
This game has had so many twists and turns, it's unbelievable. You just want to sit here and think about it for a couple hours before you say anything more. Well, you want to see a prevent defense.
No, you don't.
You don't?
What you want is in between. Half prevent and half regular. Don't do a lot of things different than what you've been doing.
Ragone takes the snap. And
too much time.
Clock's at 6 seconds. That was the umpire that threw the flag.
Dead ball. False start.
False start. They got to put 2 seconds back on, and they did. It's 8 seconds now. And they got the trips to the far side. They're going to throw the Hail Mary.
Throwing it deep. Knocked down. 2 seconds, 1 second. 1 second on the clock.
They're going to have one more shot at it, Jim.
Well, next Friday night, Lake will be playing for the Division II state title. On Saturday night, McKinley will play for the Division I state title, and they will play the mighty Moeller, who beat Upper Arlington 19-10 tonight. It's been about a 3-hour game. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning right now, but a lot of folks are awake. Ragone's going to scramble, and they aired it out. Last play. It is intercepted. It's over.
Game's over.
What a comeback. Who was that, Fox, number 7?
I think. Right now, he's buried under 14,000 people. I don't know.
We'll just let you watch the picture, or we got to take a break. Maybe we can let the folks at home watch the celebration. The Bulldogs going to the state final. For 3.5 quarters, it was a struggle. They had trouble running the ball against this St. Ignatius run defense. As Coach Glass has been saying, it was really well designed by St. Ignatius.
Yes.
You said they had to throw the ball to win it. They got the break, they got the penalty, they got the deflection, they got the win.
Well, I think the thing that helped them in the fourth quarter, in order to play good, what they thought was good pass defense, Ignatius went back to their 4-3 with a 4-deep secondary, and that's what McKinley had worked against. And I think all of a sudden, things that they had worked on in practice and stuff started to fall into place for them.
Well, I know Dan Belfort wants to talk with Tom McDaniels. I see Dan down there, and it's going to be forever before they get things organized. We'll come back and wrap things up after we take these timeouts. All right, let's go down to Dan Belford. Dan, you got Tom.
Okay, guys, we'll let Tom finish this question with Bob here, and we'll get to him.
All things are possible, and that's the only way I can explain this.
Tom, I mean, the whole game, it seems like you had trouble getting a consistency going. You had opportunities that a penalty.
Ball from me to you, basically, and you know, we don't like to rely that much on our passing game, but thank goodness we had some kids come through for us, and you know, the ball bounced our way. We've been lucky all year long. We got a little bit of luck tonight. We needed it to win this game.
What about perseverance? I mean, was there ever a time where the kids felt that they did not have an opportunity?
I think that, you know, you get disappointed with a play, but you know, a play is over and you got to go to the next play, and you know, our kids didn't quit. That's why we ended up winning, because they didn't quit. When you don't quit, all things are possible.
Hey, congratulations. Go be with your kids. Have fun. Obviously, an emotional Tom McDaniels. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Dan. All right, big play of the game brought to you by Camelot Music. No question about it. It set it up. The deflected pass off the hands of Curry, picked up by Wilcox. Camelot Music brings you the big play of the game. Here it comes, from what we can see of it here.
We don't have a whole lot of it, I don't think.
Off this shot, we might.
It's a quick post pattern, and the ball is tipped. Wilcox takes it on the rebound.
Yeah, good effort there by him, too.
And sprints all the way to the 2-yard line.
Boom, down near the 1. And from there, Rozier takes it in. That's the Camelot Music big play of the game. Nobody knows music better than Camelot. CCI, Ameritech Centrex will bring you the players of the game. And again, this thing is so hard to pick tonight. Well, I guess we're going to go with Ben, the quarterback, because they had to throw the ball to win.
Yes.
He hit Gamble with 6 for 47. He hit Curry with 5 for 77. And he hit Wilcox with 5 for 68. So there is 16 catches by those 3 guys. McDaniels was 20 of 30 for 237 yards in this ball game.
And that's with no running game. You know, he, like Coach McDaniel said, they couldn't run the ball an inch, and he had to carry them. And I think I knew that. I think I kept saying that as they had to throw the football.
So we'll give the CCI plaque to Ben McDaniels, and for the Wildcats of Cleveland, St. Ignatius, Gonzalez runs for over 100. Ragone, where's your stats on Ragone? He was threw for 79 yards. Gonzalez had 100 yards running. And again, it's a tough choice for St. Ignatius.
Well, they had a lot of people play real well. You know, the linebacker Chris Hainline played well. Mike Egan's played well as an outside backer. Brian Foley played well as a defensive end. I mean, my goodness, they played very well.
Who do you want to go with?
Well, I think
Jeff Lerner played well.
Yeah, I think Gonzalez probably is the obvious choice. He gained over 100 yards and was obviously a threat for him all night long.
Played defense. So we'll go with Joe Gonzalez. And our final stats as we got at the CCI and Ameritech Centrex players of the game. Ben McDaniels and Joe Gonzalez. And we're running out of time here, so let's go with the final stats. There they are. St. Ignatius, 7 more first downs. Yards rushing. St. Ignatius had it all over McKinley. Well, look at the passing yardage. 237 for the Bulldogs. Total yards, McKinley 283. St. Ignatius with 203. So many things happened tonight. Blocked punts, blocked field goals, great defense, big plays. The final right there, McKinley by 1. They will be at Massillon next Saturday night in the state championship game against Cincinnati Moeller. Tonight's game brought to you by Downtown 4, by Campbell Oil.